To be where you are. And that's the entry right there. We don't even have time. Let's get into it. Cut the Tony. No, team, it's over. Team, cut it. Wait, no. Yeah, we got to cut it. We got to get it in right now. Shout out to everybody here. Live trading is happening right now. Let's get it in. I see something happening right now for Bitcoin. It's my signal on the 5-minute. We got above the 200-day with the candle close. You know, 90% of the time we will get a pump here. So I took the trade. Let's see if we get this continuation follow through. Bit of a cup and handle here. It's a Sammy cup and handy on the morning, right when we begin with the reversal. Another thing is, did the 1 hour stay above the 200 MA? It did. That tells me there's a good sign for a continuation move here for BTC. 96,400 for Bitcoin. Can we get the continuation here? 1 minute is a little overbought, but can we get the pump here on the 5 above this 200 MA? I'm willing to play games here on a Monday morning. Let's get that music back up and running. We just had to get into it right away. I did not have time. Let's get the lemon into the water, and then we could run into that quick intro real quick. I love you guys. I'll see you in a second. Okay, you already know where we're at. Let's get that music back up and running. Shout out to each and every one of you on this awesome Monday morning. Blessings. I'm going to tell you what a trading journey I've been on. Oh my goodness, it has been absolutely insane. Let's have some fun. Let me tell you a little story about Sammy's trading day and how it went on and what happened here. Pretty awesome. First of all, we'll start off with, the proof is in the pudding here. All right, I don't know about your favorite influencer or what they're doing, but I take profits. I take profits. You can see in the last 7 days up $8,300. If you made 88 grand every week, think about it. 8 grand a week, 32,000 a month. You'd be on the way to making over like 360,000 a year just day trading. And again, some months I make more, sometimes I make less. Some months it's like 20, 30 grand. I mean, it pours on. It's just the beginning of the month too, and we're already up like 4 grand. So we'll see where this goes. But I want to just tell you kind of how we ended up clearing that $2,500. It's the beginning of the day. Imagine making $2,500 a day. And again, yes, I do use bigger money, and I'm going to show you how I do it. But and we just entered along here on Bitcoin, and I had to tell the whole team to cut it off. You know what I mean? Like I said, Carrie, stop over there. She's with the boards. We had Tim that's on the music. Everyone in the studio just was like, what is he doing? We're not doing the regular thing. And I was like, guys, I'm jumping in. Everyone was like, whoa, there's nobody here. I'm the only one in the studio. Yeah. Sorry. That's where we get a laugh track. Shout out to everybody here. No, I'm alone. Yeah, there's nobody here. I'm serious. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. God bless everybody here. Sammy Cup and Handy, faces showing some love, man. Kerry and Tim feeling unappreciated. You're funny, man. You're not alone, bro. We are here. No. God bless everybody here on the live. Shout out to all the lifers kicking it with me. And we just entered along here for a Bitcoin reversal to the upside. It's already printing us a little bit of gains there, up $86 in under 5 minutes. And every single time I buy above the 200 MA, specifically on the 5-minute time frame, I tend to get a nice little pump here to the upside, especially when the 1 hour is also above the 200 MA. Let's break down the bigger idea here for Bitcoin. I'm going to do it in my perpetual. Why? Because I may have to kind of make a trade here. I just want to kind of talk about it and break it down. Remember, we got the bigger trade here. Stop loss was somewhere down there at 94,000. It got pretty close. And I didn't get stopped out. It came back. But I'm just going to tell you a story about my trades. So I wake up this morning, okay? And I don't know if last night, if you were in my trading group, I traded Link for 30, I told them what I did. I traded Link for 30,000, 10K at 3x leverage. And I wake and I go to sleep. And then, Bitcoin had that head and shoulder as I go to bed. And I put a fat Bitcoin trade in too for like 18,000 at like 10x leverage or something like that. It was big, like 1.9 Bitcoin. And then right before I go to bed, I see the head and shoulder, but I'm like, man, I'm not budging. And I go to sleep. And when I go to bed, I'm like, I could wake up tomorrow down 4K, 5K. I said, it could be bad how much money I have in the market. And I said, I know, but it is what it is. I said, if you're down 5K, you're down 5K. I was like, there's many days you've made 4K and 5K. I was like, you'll make 4K in a day back and you'll make it back. I said, don't stress it. It's just money. You got this. And I went to sleep. All right. I came back the next morning and, I ran to the, you wake up and you're like, I didn't even want to look at my phone because I wanted to see the account. Sometimes I look at Bitcoin, but I didn't want to do that today. So I go and I look at the account and, when I look at the account, right, I'm down like 1,500 on Bitcoin, but I'm up like 1,000 on the Link trade. And so I'm like, okay, let me see how this goes. And then the Bitcoin starts to come back. Link trades. Next thing you know, I'm up like $2,000 on the Link trade. I start moving the stop loss. I ended up taking about 1,500 out of the trade. And I probably could have taken $3,000 the way it went, but it's fine. I'm not worried about that. I was super happy. And then the Bitcoin trade stayed at about 1,000. And then I waited and I waited and I waited. And then Bitcoin dumped, right? And what I did is, and then I entered another trade on the USDT pair. Because why? I'll show you why. We dumped, right? But we got, as I said, can we get back above the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame? The second this candle got above, I got into the trade and we ripped. And what happened is, next thing you know, that trade that was down 1,500 was only down 180. And then this trade that I just made was up like 180. And in this wick, I sold them both and cleared my slate for the day and ended up with the $2,500 in profit. So like, it's crazy. So had I panicked, sold and bugged out, okay, just to brief it out, right, I would have lost probably about, I don't know, 1,500 and it would have canceled out my Link trade and been zero on the day. But because I held, I used the technical analysis, I stayed strong. I also, in my trading group, I found what's called a bullish divergence. All right. And I called it out to my group here. And this is called a bullish divergence. All right. Bullish divergence here. And when you're in a bull run, bullish divergence is very strong. When you're in a regular market, it's okay. And again, it did provide us the bounce. Also, if you look closely, it's not easy to see, but it's kind of an inverted head and shoulder here that breaks to the upside. Then we got a flag, and I said, we got to watch this flag on the 1 minute time frame. If you're in my trading group, you were heavily watching this flag. Why? I said, well, this is the corner of the day. If this flag breaks down, and it almost looked like it did, and then it made what I call a bullish rectangle, right? And there's your bullish move, and boom. And that flag breaks to the upside. If you're in my trading group, I'm telling you about this flag this morning. I'm giving you a video update explaining all of this with the bullish divergence, basically finding that bottom so far. And it is Monday, false move Monday. We don't know what's going to happen, but this is what you get in the trading group. You just don't see it this way, man. And every single day, CryptoLifer.com, baby. CryptoLifer.com, Cyber Monday. Last chance to jump on into the Black Friday sale. We keep it going. Cyber Monday, baby. Jump on in, CryptoLifer.com, to get the gains, man. And so, like, I'm up huge today on the morning, and you would have been too. And I traded until 2 in the morning, fell asleep, woke back up at 7:15. You know, it is what it is, man. Well, look at this. I called AI fun. Actually, I was in this trade. I didn't gloat yesterday and say everyone how great I was because I forgot about the position. And I'm like, Sam, I would have sworn you bought it. I have so many big positions. It was on my second page. I got $3,600. I put in $500. I'm up a 7x. I sell that puppy so fast. And now I got $3,000 sitting there, $500 for my AI fun call. Everybody, we found this, and you knew AI agent layers were hot. This thing was called AI agent layer. I mean, what else do you need? You know what I mean? It's that simple. I know you think it's insane, but it's that simple. And, I didn't even do deep dive research. What I did is I saw there was a new coin on MEXC, and I know a lot of new coins on MEXC that have the right narrative. Pump at least for the first few days. Being on the right exchange is half the battle. All these kids are going on these dexes and trying to look for every single coin. MEXC gets the coin when it's very tiny. You can still make a 10x without even going to a dex now. MEXC has changed the entire game, and people don't realize that. Sign up to a MEXC account today, and it changed the game for spot trading really on another level. You can use large amounts of volume on spot. It's unbelievable. You can't beat it. Shout out to everybody here. And that's just one of the many gains. You know, we can also make nice little simple ones, 18% on a nice swing trade. Like, it doesn't have to be these, 19% on Brett. And we traded this yesterday. We made monster gains yesterday in the trading group. Rift for 24%. I saw this one open loot on the live stream. You're going to see something today that's probably going to rip. XRP trade this weekend that I gave yesterday, it ripped beautifully. It was like the most perfect trade of ever. The SHIB trade ripped beautifully. No stop loss got hit in the making of that trade. No stop loss, no stop loss. Let's get back into what I do, into the technical analysis, and stop shilling the group. But it's Cyber Monday, your last chance for the least expensive you'll ever pay probably for the group. I would jump on it today if I was a smart person, and I am, so I would jump in, but I can't jump into my own group and go back in time. All right. So let's talk about Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, getting a bullish engulfing candle, saying respect, man, respect, right? And it's back on. The bull run is back on for Bitcoin, right? Let's see here. I'm like, wait, hold on. That's my Stellar Lumens trade, and there's our Bitcoin. I was about to say, that trade ain't down, right? That trade's up. That's a trade we just made for Bitcoin. All right. I was battling Chainlink today, and it looks like there's more coming for Chainlink. We may even swing trade Chainlink live on the channel because this thing's so hot. And on the bigger time frame, I gave a trade to my group. It's on the way to 25. You know, I put $100,000 at Chainlink at $12. I'm now about to double my money again. Chainlink has doubled my money. Solana has doubled my 100,000. It's already made a couple $100,000 off Chainlink and Solana. Like what people make in a year, we've already made. It's just, sorry, I don't mean to brag. This is the type of bull run that really, next level type of money here in this bull run for sure. So I'd be watching this flag for a bit of a move here for Chainlink. And my target's going to be 2270. And if you see me trading altcoins on live stream, I don't do that usually. That's a very rarity. That means the altcoin market is so frothy that just the odds of taking advantage. See, I'm a smart guy, I'm a mathematical person. I take advantage of the math. And if the math tells me, I'm not that smart, I don't want to actually say that. I'm to my own horn. But if the math tells me, I'm a simple man. If the math tells me what's going to happen, we got to take it. So when the market is more frothy, that's math telling you, hey, there's a higher probability that you could get paid here. Yeah, look at the 5-minute time frame too. And if Bitcoin rips, it's all gonna rip. This was always already on a tear, so this was just waiting to rip. You see? We already took it for 300 on a scalp this morning that I didn't even expect after the 1,500 bucks. Like, and I'll find a coin, pick it, and just keep taking it all day. If it's gonna give it to you, take whatever it's gonna give you. High risk, of course. And that Bitcoin trade's moving on us nicely. You're up 230 if you took the trade with me. So the target would be 2390. And again, do not leverage trade if you don't know what you're doing, please. Demo trade. We teach demo trading. We have coaches in the trading group. Master Friend will coach you. We have people that'll show you everything that you need to break it down for you every single day. Shout out to the 2,000 people here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get it going. We're going to have 3,000 people here on the live, maybe even more. Let's get it ripping, baby. Let's get it ripping to the upside. To the upside. And look, it's like when I don't post it to the group because we got people that are new. They actually need that post, right? Yeah, and we're going to start making all sorts of interesting moves here on the live stream every day. So get ready. I'm not going to go full port. Imagine that, right? 260 for 700 is nice on an alt. Stop loss at 2110. See my 1 minute first. Could be in a better place. Wait for it to come down to the 21 possibly, but it may just rip on that 5. Take the one, but I like when the 21's a little closer to price action. The 5 minute just looks very vicious. Like it may want to get away from us here to the upside. And we'll break it down. 5 minute looks like you want to make a move. Scared money don't make no money. Let's take a I'm going to take a shot here. Very high risk because we're very close to the bone. 1 second, this could come back down and kick me out of the trade, right? It's okay. I'm already up huge of the day, so I'll give them 200 to match back. You know what I mean? That is what it is. All right, we'll let that cook. Let's get back into BTC. Not a big deal whether we win or lose that, really. But let's get back into BTC and see what's happening for Bitcoin. Back to 96,800, bouncing strong. And the bulls just said, yes, we're back inside. You could even say we're back in the pattern. Like if you wanted to say, if you wanted to be really, chintzy about the pattern, you could say we're back inside the pattern. No bearish retest. And we were able to play this. How were we able to figure this out? Because I play the 200 MAs. It's a very simple game. You know that if you get above a 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, you're about to probably pump. And we see it Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday. It's like I've taught my students to be basically invincible. And everyone's like, how are you always accurate? Like, how did you know it was going to go up? How did you know it was going to go down? Because I watched the small time frames like a hawk. I don't take days off. And I push myself to the very, very limit to make sure I don't miss a Bitcoin call. And if you push yourself that hard, you're going to win too. Also, Bitcoin is my life, right? Think about it. As long as I know where Bitcoin's going, I'm going to have all the riches in the world. Like, think about it. That's so I have to stay focused on one thing, Bitcoin. If I nail Bitcoin on a daily basis, I keep my flock and herd and everybody that's with me making gains. Now, one thing I want to talk about, look at the 4-hour tight moving averages. It's a very good sign for a move to the upside, specifically too on the 1 hour time frame. Whenever the 1 hour in a bull run has moving averages very close, specifically with the 200 in conjunction with it, like right there, we're looking at something like that. The 1 hour usually gets a big move to the upside. Now, the bigger time frames are stressing that we may get somewhat of a pullback. All right, and we went over that this morning, and let me take a look at this trade here now. Chainlink struggling on that 1 minute. Let me take a look at my scalp on the perp. This is my scalp account. And yeah, we're going to come back down to the 200. So I should have taken that. I wasn't paying attention. I would have sold that top there. I just got out there. Why? Because we got to wait for the 21-day moving average on my scalp. And there I just solidified probably about 220 after some fees there. So there you have it. So now what we're seeing is the pullback, right? And that might affect my link trade, right? Don't worry about the Stellar Lumens trade. I don't even want to look at it right now. I keep it off it's a bigger trade. I'm risking like $2,000 for $8,000 on a bigger time frame, and it's just kind of dwindling. It was down like probably $800 or something. Who knows, right? But I truly believe that Stellar Lumens is going to pay the way here. So let's take a look at this. And again, not all your trades are going to be perfect, right? Remember, I'm clean right now though, so you can't say anything. 2 days straight and 8 days straight at $8,000. So let's rock. Or 7 days, whatever they said. Last 7 days. So look, tightness it here, stay above the 200 MA, get the 21 to cross, and then we're good to go for another scalp to the upside. So what I do is I start setting up my scalp before it even happens. Okay. That way I'm ready for the trade. Otherwise, there's no way I would be able to execute, these trades at a high level without being able to do this very fast. And again, I remember I'm up already 2,500 on the day. Like the day's going very well. From last night into today and all the different trades that I made, basically they kind of accumulate into the UTC time. So it skews a little bit, right? But I'm already up on the day very nicely. And the only thing that's going to ruin my day is if I over risk and get way too cocky, okay? And so I start to dial it down once I'm up pretty nicely. Like this one might be a $300 for a $900 trade. Like I'm not going to make it so crazy, you see? And I'm just going to dial it down. So this is what we're seeing here. We want to get this move further back to the downside. Come back to the 21-day moving average. Now, what if this is a higher low M pattern and it dumps on us? Open-minded. Could very well be the case. And what if this is false move Monday? This is all for nil. And again, how would you know if this is all for nil? You'd be watching the 1 hour time frame. If the 1 hour decides to give up this 200 MA, then this was just a false move of nonsense and we're going to dump again. It really meant nothing. It was just a quick grab to try to induce the longs one more time, and they really just want to stack. Let's see what the whales are doing here, and see where the liquidity is too. A lot of stops still above us here, And so the liquidity, if they want to liquidate the most amount of people, there's a lot of stops right here to get liquidated. All right. Some stops now here at 86,000, some stops at 90,000, right? Maybe people that were up from a very, very low area want to put a stop down there at 86,000, but there's liquidity down. There's a huge ball of liquidity at 90K. All right. But there's still the closest liquidity to me is up here, is the shorts that are hanging out. And they were up big just now, thinking they were winning hard. And this bounce back probably has them stressed a little bit. If I was short right now, I'd probably be a little stressed. I'd be wondering what I was doing on the short, right? So, again, if the 21 crosses this 200 and we get tight, there's a likelihood of a move. I just realized how many times I probably say that and someone's short and they're like cursing my name out. They're watching me and they're like, you better not. And he's saying we're going to pump if it stays above it. And then they watch it hit the 21 and they watch it pump and then they get liquidated. And they're like he said exactly what's going to happen. And we don't know, though. There's some bearish div there. Look, swing down, swing up. That's a little, that's caution. Caution for entry there. Okay. For BTC. All right. And again, if you're not growing your account and you're struggling, if you're leverage trading in this bull run and you're struggling, you need help. You really should join a trading group and get the education you deserve. Like, stop. It's not fair. It's like it's very similar to driving school. You just jump in a car and you expect to start driving around town, but you have no clue how to drive. Like, you don't know what a yellow light is. You don't know what a stop sign means. Like, I mean, you're going to get in a lot of accidents. It's not going to go well for you. Trading is that simple. Like, you just need, driving school is not a lot. People go to like 5 or 6 classes, right? The average person with a regular IQ can figure it out and get their license. I'm the same way. Like, get your technical analysis license with me. You know what I mean? Jump on into school. Hang out with me for a month. At least understand. You're going to know what a blinking flashing light is. You're going to know how to take a right turn. You're going to understand how to stop at a stop sign. Like, the basics are why you're losing money, because you don't even know the basics. You don't even know where the 21-day moving average is and where it is. You don't know what the 200 is. These are simple things that I could teach you in a month. And within a month, you're going to be such a better trader. I fine-tuned so many people. I've taken a kid off the street that's never even seen trades in his life, and he was posting live trades recently. He was showing me one of his trades. So I don't like excuses. If you have the will to win, I have the will to teach you to win. And together we can make it happen for sure. Like, I don't see how we can't. And so if you're ready to change your life and you really want to be with be around someone that's going to really push you to a place you never thought possible, you may be even a little afraid of it. You might watch me come every single day and be like, man, am I at that level that Lifer's at? You know how you get at the level I'm at, the level that I'm at? You hang out with me every day. And how you do that is join the trading group. So I just caution you, stop losing money. And again, you don't have to be in the trading group. Maybe 1 month is all you need. You might be in the trading group for a month and move on. That might be all you need to change your horrible habits and some things you're doing. All right. But you may love it so much you want to stay forever. Who knows? But I'm just talking to the people out there that are losing right now. Because if you're losing, there's just too much opportunity to be losing out here. And I feel horrible because I used to lose when the market was good because I had no control over myself. And I had no control of my emotions, and I was a horrible trader. And so I know there's someone out there that is going through that right now. I know it because I used to go through it. And I know it can be fixed, and I know we can change. And I know you don't believe us because when you're in despair, you don't believe there's hope. But I want to tell you that there is hope, there is a way, and that, and here's the same trade above the 200 MA. It's a beautiful sign here. And then what we can do is we can check on the 1 minute. The 1 minute has now come down to reset. It's a good chance we can now win the trade. The 1 minute has now come down and reset. And we look at our 15 minute. Our 15 minute's a little high, but it's just getting above the 200 MA, which is a bullish sign. A little too far away for the 21-day moving average on the 15, but tells us we could probably get a pump scalp. The way that you make me feel. That's what this song says. It's funny. So, can this thing continue? You have a high, you have a low, you have a higher high, you have a higher low now. And there, we even missed the entry there at 669, and we're back at 863. It is a Monday morning. False move Mondays. Always want to be careful on a false move Monday. I'm going to jump in here 2 for 6. All right. and see how we do. I'll give back 200. It's okay. And we'll see where we run. But it looks like we're going to get a nice little pump up here to the upside. What's stressing me is the 15-minute, and it's gapping a little away from the 21, which means fine. But maybe we'll just get some sideways price action on that 15 before we get the bigger move to the upside. Who knows exactly what I'm saying? Put a 333 because you're so in tune with my system and my style. You're just like dialed in. Who has no clue what I just said, but you're willing to keep listening and you want more? Put a 222. All right. I just want to see the type of people we got out here that are hanging out. Shout out to Master Friend dialed in. Shout out to Yashobi. Shout out to all the people dialed in here, listening to the every word on the live. You people are unbelievably amazing. May God bless each and every one of you. Like, you are all blessings that God has made, and I don't think you realize that. And some of you do, some of you don't. Each and every one of you is a miracle made by God. There will never be another one of you. Take a deep breath and take a deep breath and think. My parents came together, two unique individuals that never came together before, that the universe has never seen, and they made me an individual, or you, right? An individual that was never made before. No one's ever seen a you before. The exact you that is now here. No one's ever seen it. Okay? No one's ever seen it. So, and back to 97,000, Bitcoin bullish, baby. And this thing looks like it's going to rip. Looks like we easily called the daily reversal off of that 5-minute bullish divergence there this morning when I did the update. Who knows? We'll see what happens, but so far so good. How we looking, Master Friend, on your end? Can we get a thumbs up, a middle hand, or a thumbs down? How we looking, buddy? What are you seeing over here with liquidity on your side? Bang. He said XLM exploded. Oh my God, my trade went to the green. Look at that. You're totally right. Oh my gosh. Finally. Sammy's going to make some cake here. So look, I'm going to make $5,000 on this trade, man. I've been holding it for days. You know how long I've held this trade? 4 or 5 days now or something. XLM, baby. Or I lost, yeah, that's the one. It went back and forth. Let's go, baby. Now that, Bitcoin got back above, see, people were freaking out. People were too bearish, man. Made gains on that chain link call from last night's live stream, baby. Look at that, see? How many people are in gains because of the lifer? How many, or not because of me, but how many made gains because of something you learned from me? A call that you saw, but then you were able to put on your own ideas and it made sense. Put a 333 if you're in the gains with the lifer on a regular basis too, or just even today. I just want to know. I want to see how many people are in massive gains here to the 2,600 people watching. Let's show the world. Someone said me. We got 333. Sean, worst time to post that, but I think I caught it. I caught it though, Sean. I caught it. I love you, brother. Everybody, if you want to join the trading group, we make it very simple. Go to cryptolifer.com, where you would have found the video that I posted this morning where I talked about the bullish divergence on the 5-minute time frame, discussed how we could get a breakout if the 1 minute was able to break out of the flag. We went over the 1 minute flag down here. Okay, we talked about what was likely going to happen here. I'm bullish when we break back above the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. Again, my signal, you get above the 200 on the 1 minute, you're in. You are still in right now. Some probably took that signal in my trading group this morning. Get above the 200, you're gone. You see that? The second you get above the 200, you open the trade, stop loss below the 200, and you are gone, baby, gone. That trade would still be taking names and kicking butt right now. Pretty awesome when you think about it, right? Anyway, we're going to show you Bitcoin from the ground down, from the top down here, and break it down. 96,940 for Bitcoin. All right? So the bigger time frames, despite all the shenanigans that we're watching right now, all right, the bigger time frames don't look amazing. Let's just be honest with each other. All right? So what happened to Stellar Lumens? Let me take a look here. I mean, that was a rip, but I'll be honest, it's going to come back down to the 200 MA. I could just take profits there. It's going to come to that white line, and then I'm going to go back to the negative. So likely. Maybe not, though. Maybe they fight it off, right? I'll go to break even no matter what, and then I can live to fight another day. That trade was down like $600 too this morning. You see? So, like, by just staying cool, level-headed, and calm. Or do I mean, my entry's high. The odds of me getting stopped out down there are pretty, I just don't like losing money, specifically on my live stream. It was up nice, a nice almost 300 at one point, right? And we must have been up huge. I didn't see it. That 21's going to touch. They're probably going to kick me out, and then it's going to rip, right? Let's look at my bigger time frames. I mean, the 1 hour looks like it's just going to take off, right? Interesting. I got to think it through here. Wow, that thing's on me. Get out of there. That was annoying, right? Bitcoin back at 97,040. Huge move for Stellar. And I felt like it had already broken back inside. Wow, so they flushed it down yesterday, bounced off the 200, flushed it back up again. Playing games with this trade. And see, look, it is back down to the negative. I knew it. Knew it. Because you're going to come back to the 21-day moving average. See? Now you need the bounce there. Look at your 15. Very overbought and too far away from the 21. So, like, can I get out of break even? And I'll live to fight another day. It's too far for the 21, in my humble opinion, on the 15-minute. That was just a short squeeze and a half. Look how close I am. They're going to get me. There's no way they don't get me. Right? Oh, I didn't move it. I thought I did move it. Crazy. See, I'm slipping. Might as well just see if the 21 can hold me and then move on from there. We should bounce off the 21-day moving average so I can keep my stop right below it. We should bounce there. If we're in a very bullish time, we'll bounce off of it. You know, I give it a little leeway, and usually you could even pre-bounce because people will be like, oh, you know, set my bot to bounce. You could say in a bull market, I would set my bot to be hypersensitive to buy a little bit before everybody. You see, because if you know that's your signal, then I would set it hyper signal, right? And other people would do it too, and that creates what's called a pre-buy. And, you know, and that's why I'm able to hide stop losses like right next to price action a lot and still not get hit because I can see the algorithmic movement of price. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to win. Maybe it comes right back down on me as I talk like a smart ass, a smart butt. But you never know. Excuse my language there. A smart butt. But I don't like to use any profanity on the show. But so could this move? I feel like smart, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. This could bounce off the line. We'll see. Then we'll get into the Bitcoin update, and then we'll get into your super chats, and we'll have some fun here. Show me the bounce off the white line, like I always see many times in my life. Low stochastic, bounce off the white line. There's a bit of hidden bullish divergence too, right? As that swings up, and this swings pretty far to the downside. Tells you that we could have, you know, we break this high before we break that low. So you'd like to see a bounce here. There we got the candle. And it could be a nice, and then we usually get a pretty violent move back up because it's the flag too, but we'll see. Started to look right. It is the 1 minute time frame. We've been fickle today, but most time frames do the same things over time. All right. This is the 1 minute. You're watching the 1 minute candle right now. All right. And we want to make sure that it bounces off this white line. It did it basically a few times now, and it's showing signs of life. And you can see it's definitely reacting to the moving average. There's a reason why we're having this kind of struggle here at this key area, right? Because there's buys and sells, but there's a lot of algorithmic movement right at the 21 on the 1 minute. All right. We got the candle to close green, which was official, and we got to move up on the moving average, which means price action did pull the average up, which is a good sign that we could get a reversal here. All right. If this bounces off that white line, you got to think I'm kind of crazy, right? Like you'd be like, who is this guy? You got to give me. Wouldn't that make you want to be like, what's up? You know what I mean? Don't you dare. The white line's really pushing the algo to eat. All right. And the same thing's probably happening in Bitcoin on the 1 minute. It's like it's all adjusting to the Bitcoin price action. All right. There you go. There you go. So that was the algorithmic push that I was looking for here, that I was teaching you. And so it's key to have a poised mind here and really not look at the money that you're playing, really look at the situation that you're in. I don't know, that's not easy to do, right, at first. And again, I can still lose this trade. Watch it dump in my face. I'm not, who knows? That may not be, and anything can happen at any moment in time. I just want to make that clear. But if you were trading for big money right there and you had to call it, that 21 could save you. It could save you, right? And you can kind of keep moving the stop now up towards these key levels and see, hey, dude, can we keep adjusting onto this 21-day moving average? Can price action in the 21 have a bit of a game here? Because when you're very bullish and you're in a nice uptrend like this, you're going to be using the 21 the whole time as basically your base point of a bounce, okay? Same thing here. See how we bounced there? We're kind of here. Could we get the 21 bounce? Very similar to this, all right? Very similar to here. We got above it and we got very close, and then we were able to use the move above it, right? You can see every time we get an algorithmic move, based off the you're going to crack the 200 MA, and then you're going to ride the 21-day moving average. Okay, that's how this works. All right, that's how price action works. All right. So when you see the bounce here, and you're like, how did this guy figure this out? Are we going to bounce like that? Is he out of his mind? Yes, I am out of my mind. Like, I've studied this for years to the point of no return, and I've given up my entire life. My eyesight is horrible now because I've stared at tiny candles on the 1 minute time frame. But I've made tons of money, and I print money for my house, and I look around and I feel like a scientist, and I see everyone else like moving really fast and doing all these crazy things, and I'm like, but we could just do this from our house every day. You know what I mean? But again, we'll see. So the Bitcoin trade moving to the upside as we taught you, and and we're showing you what am I using here to do all this. I'm using moving averages. All right. Is anyone here kind of blown away a little bit? Is anyone here a little like, are you in a state of shock? Are you like, what happened there? Right? And you can't live in fear. Someone said last night was scary. Right? And to hold on, man, to hold on to this puppy and to be able to kind of attempt to see this trade through. And then you get your measured move. You're like, well, where are we going? You're like, well, we're going to head up to 61. And we're going to make us some money, right? But you can't be emotional and you can't freak out. No, I know it already. Thanks for you. It's all unbelievable what you do. The goat of trading. Your TH, your best as any other live streams, brother. Thank you for being live every day, man. God bless you, brother. I'm in a state of I need to buy more XRP. Never use the word need. It creates lack. It tells the universe that you're in a state of lack. Therefore, you will receive lack. Okay? And we just keep moving that stop loss to the 21-day moving average, right? And if we're bullish, the 21 will carry. Price will pump hard now and pull the 21 with it. And then we should come back to the 21 somewhere back at 57 if we rip up. Well, we could come down to it now hard too, though. Now, your 1 minute or your 5 minute. So your 5 minutes not in the best shape there. It's really far from the 21-day moving average. And I could also just not be greedy, right? It's like, let's see though. Let's get the follow through. Bitcoin at 96,877. So the Bitcoin trade was just up, is now playing games. Because I can't fully focus on the Bitcoin trade. I'm about to flash it. I can't fully focus on it right now. I'm too into watching Stellar at the moment. And if I can't focus on the Bitcoin trade, I may fumble the bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Bitcoin. It's all right. Yeah, we'll get back to 97. It's doing okay. It's doing okay. Technically, these trades should go hand in hand, but so look how close I came to losing the gain there. But now I'm back up 265, and that's a beautiful lesson in trading right now. I mean, we should clip that out and like put it into some type of learning. I don't know how we can, but that's amazing. Because that just, you know, and we didn't know. It's like I didn't know any of this was going to happen, but I trusted in my trading process and in my years of data. And instead of bugging out, I said, okay, this is what could happen, right? And some days after all that stress, I just like to take my money and run. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm done. It's been too much for me, right? I'll move my stop loss to break even, at least. And we'll see what we can do. But look, now you're back $100 and you're like, after all that, you know. And that was basically the move. See, a lot of days, that's why I like trading the 1 minute for big money and small time frame, because I can execute, get in and out for my day, get a day's pay right there in 4 to 5 minutes and move on. You know, I keep trying to make these long-term trades. They're not as easy as I thought. They take a long time. They're not perfect, you know. Then you want to always mold. What is mold? It means you're ready to move to the next idea. And you're ready to do it pretty fast. And you can't get stuck. And so you say, okay, well, here's a bit of a flag now beginning to form here. And you're like, all right, I'll take it. Now, I don't always, you know, mess with my trades as much as this one. This one's been a little funky. Usually I kind of just eat it or beat it, but I will use mitigation strategies, or I'll figure out where I can get in or get out at better places to keep the losses, to, you know, and this is a risk management. I found a way to be manually like to really manually manage risk at a high level, but it takes a lot out of you. You have to really monitor the small time frames a little bit more maybe than the average person, because you have to be ready to pull the trigger if certain things don't go the way you want them to go, and be okay with that. And that's, you know, not everybody's able to do that. 96,990 for Bitcoin. And now you have a bit of a trade on the table here. You got a bit of a flag. That's 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, and we could get to 62. I personally now, this trade has drained me. You know what I mean? I'm like, is it worth? You better make me some gain. You better make me at least a G today, because you played with me too much at this point, right? So the Bitcoin trade's down $3. It was up, I think, about $180 at one point, but I didn't really focus on it. I was heavily in this XC, and that's another thing about focus and discipline. Okay, most people aren't where they are in life because they're not able to focus on what they truly want and desire. You have to write down, what are your thoughts? What are your desires? I want to be an entrepreneur with a $100 million company, a billion dollar company. You know, I plan on starting a restaurant with multiple chains. I plan on becoming a mechanic and opening up a franchise. I plan on, you know, what is your plan? Write it down. Tell yourself what you're going to do. Put it into words. Once it's written down, decide how you're going to execute the plan. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Tomorrow, I'll buy my camera. Right? Done. You better do it. The next day, I'm setting it up. The third day, I'm making my video. Right? The fifth day, whatever, the sixth day, I'm doing this. The seventh day, I'm doing that. All right? The 10th day, I'm doing, you know what I mean? And so key focus is important, because once you lose focus, what do you lose? Momentum. And every successful person is able to keep momentum in their life at a high level. So we're looking for this bull flag to break out here on XLM. All right. We're looking for Matic to break out beautifully here to the upside. Here's a trade we got cooking here in the trading group that looks very nice. And Matic's the next to go, in my humble opinion. Matic is the next to go. All right. Still can't believe it. AI fun. If you jumped on in, AI fun, unbelievable. So look at Bitcoin now, a rising wedge. When these break out, they break out parabolically. So you're seeing kind of like a very bullish attitude here on a Monday morning too, right? And that's giving you signs of a bigger move to the upside here for Bitcoin, which tells me that the stellar trade can likely play out like it's just bullish overall, right? And then we're going to get the big move there. Makes you want to double down, doesn't it? That's a beautiful call. That's a bull flag, 68% chance break to the upside. I mean, right? And look at all the battles we went through here with this trade and how we used the 21-day moving average to figure out how to stay safe. I mean, if that wasn't, we ran a clinic just now on the 21-day moving average. Unbelievable. Stellar Lumens ripping to the upside, the other trade back in action. And now you see, Just green on green, baby, gain on gain. Let's take a big sip of that water. Do you have your labradorite handy? Labradorite. Now, I believe in God, like stones or whatever, but stones come from different parts of the globe and different parts of the universe. And different stones possess different forms of magnetism, and you're an energetic being full of electromagnetism. Certain stones can interact with your magnetic field, and they can either enhance it, help you restore it, or do certain things. And to me, I find that, a real thing. Again, the belief in God, I believe, rises overall. Like, no matter what, the connection to God and gratitude is really all you need, stone or no stone. But I like to use labradorite, even if it just reminds me to keep a cool head, to stay level-headed, and to go after my dreams. You know what I mean? And to know that sometimes I'm going to have to do it alone. What labradorite reminds me is sometimes you're going to have to do it alone. You know, keeping a high frequency is so important. At all times. I keep a lot of labradorite around in my office, around me. I bought a big giant one for like $400. Like, I don't play, but that's my main stone of choice, the labradorite stone. All right. It was given to me by an awesome person who, we may have distance, but at the same time, I take the best from somebody, even if I don't know them anymore. If something happens, maybe that some would find pejorative. I always take the best in the moment that I had them. I remember the moment that I had them when they were great, and that's how I keep it. I don't really try to go anywhere else. And that's how I, yeah. You're amazing. We're all amazing. What makes crypto great? Amen. I gave back some of the wins from last month, but I still had the best month of my life. My trading is still rough, but I'm posted. Amen. People, yeah, come on, man. Yeah, get out of here. As a chem, yeah. All right, a linear mind. Yeah, I don't go. It doesn't work with me. All right. Sammy has yeah, exactly. Sammy's got a dog. Exactly. Sammy's got a dog now, and the dog's named DEGEN. Now, this could dump in my face at any moment, and I could lose the trade too. Look, that high stochastic tells me to bail. It says, how am I going to be able to live through this trade? It's going to have to rip quick, But I have faith in the chart, faith in the plan, and I can't lose, right? Because I got my stop loss or break even. After all I've been through on this trade, pretty crazy. Last night, I think I went to bed. I woke up this morning. I think it was down $700, $800 at one point. I really think it was. But so far, so good. This looks like we're going to make some gains. And I'd rather not even watch it anymore. You know what I mean? 97,131 for Bitcoin. Beautiful move here for BTC. So the weekly. There's a chance this weekly closes green. If it does, we could likely just continue up to the upside, right? There is a chance we continue up. We pulled the 21 with us. Bitcoin pulls up, somewhat more like this, and then we have to come back to the 21 somewhere here at 100,000, and then we continue to go up our next level. There will be a pullback at some point. There has to be consolidation. I've never seen something go completely straight up in my entire life, right? That's as good as it gets, really, for an asset. 3 weeks straight, like, that's it. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's a straight line. The only reason it's not is because the weeks have to shift to the right. But, you know what I mean? It's a straight line. That's a straight line. It doesn't get better than that in trading. It really doesn't. Like, that's the best it gets. Everyone, these shorts are hiding above us, and there's so many more, and they're the closest. If I was short right now at 99,000 stop loss, I would be scared out of my pants. But you know what? We need those shorts. Why? Because they're the ones that are going to buy. When price action starts to rip up there and they have to cover cost, they're going to get stopped out. What are they going to do? They're going to buy Bitcoin. So this line of shorts pushes you to 100K. Why? Because they're going to buy at 99,000, flushing us to 99.4, and then more shorts and more shorts, and then everyone's going to buy in too. And so when you see these big pumps that we're in, when I'm in, I get in before all this, right? I get in right here and I wait. Then I watch them flush the pump, and then I start selling into the pump, right? You see us do it all the time. So there's a good chance that we're going to get what we usually get here, and we get the short squeeze for Bitcoin. There's a good chance. We've seen it 9 out of 10 days here on this channel recently between about 10 and 12 o'clock. Sometimes we get it earlier in the trading group. Sometimes we get it later. It depends. But there's a good chance we're going to get a short squeeze. And then someone say, well, what about this red down here, Sam? It's really far away. And so in my lifetime trading BOOKMAP, we tend to liquidate whatever liquidity is closest to us And maybe we go down to 90K. You never know. I'm open-minded, but the odds are low. It's more likely we're going to get into this $99,000 and $100,000 area for BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP is a key to show me where people are hiding their stop losses, right? Where the liquidity is. And that's how we know where we can go snatch it. And so you don't want to be with the herd. The herd's up here doing that. You don't want to do what everyone else. That's not a smart move. Also, they're likely trading in fear because they're afraid, you know, oh, Bitcoin's going to dump. I should short. Someone told them that we had a top or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The spread's getting pretty crazy too. The battle here, so far so good, and I should even just take that and call it a 270 and then be done for the day, up huge, and not have to touch a trade, right? Crazy about making more and more money. Like, you used to make $1,000 trading day and I'd light a cigar, you know, and then I did that a couple hundred times, you know. Then you have a $2,000 trading day, you light a cigar. You have a $5,000 trading day, and eventually you're like, I guess I need to make 20 grand a day to light a cigar. You know what I mean? It's like, but I still celebrate all my wins, man, as big or small as they could be. If this gets stopped out today at break even, I'll celebrate it as a win, because it just went through so much on the trade just to bat, you know, and I all my knowledge protected my money. Without the knowledge, I would have lost a lot of money today, and I wouldn't have been in a better mood, because I would have a little ticked. I have to be honest. But because I have the knowledge, I was able to find my way, and because I found my way, that makes even more. That feels better than the money that I made. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about knowing that I don't need anything in my life but me to survive, and you know, I don't need someone else to show me. Like, I got it, man, and that's the true spirit of an entrepreneur. Self-made. You know, you could, you know, throw me in a new city, new place, you know, and I'll find my way. I'll dishwash till I have some money, and then I'll go back to trading, and then I'll turn 200 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10. And before you know it, in 2 to 3 years, I'll be one of the richest people in that city yet again. Even though I started with nothing, just 3 years. It will take me 3 to 4 years to build my empire from wherever I am. I firmly believe that. Maybe even quicker because now I got the sauce. But, you know, once you have it, you've realized that you always had it. You know, you just had to, you know, God gave it to you. It was inside of you. You just had to pull it out. Where was it? I don't know, but it's there. All of you have it right now to be multimillionaires and to be awesome traders. It's in you. You just don't know it yet. But it's beautifully, I mean, now this looks great. We got the curving stoke. And when you you know, we waited this trade out. See, we built this trade. Remember, can you believe that? The people that are just watching, we built this trade. This is an epic podcast today, or you know, YouTube show, however people call it, a podcast all the time. They're like, oh, I saw your podcast. Some people do listen to the show, completely listen, but to get the visual of what happened there, if you were just listening, man, we played this beautiful bounce off the 21-day moving average, low stochastic, and we pull a fib there. And if you go to that fib, I mean, yeah, you're pretty, yeah. And there it goes. I mean, pretty close to the golden pocket. Basically, wick to the golden paquito, right? Sad thing about trading is you could wait all this time and then dump, right? Anything could happen at any moment. And you just have to be open-minded to that and be okay with it. If you're not, and that's why people that don't use stop losses lose a lot of money. Because once in a while, something out of nowhere happens. And those people get wrecked. They get liquidated so hard and they lose a lot of money. You know, so, you know, check yourself before you wreck yourself, please. All right. Please. So Stellar Lumens is going to follow XRP. That's what's going to happen. They're going to sell their Bitcoin for Stellar, and it's going to pump to the moon today. And we're going to make a boatload of money. And I want to make 7 grand on this trade if I can. 6 grand, something nice. Daddy needs a new pair of Ferragamis. No, I'm just money is constantly wedged between you. I disagree. Yeah. See, that's what they teach poor people. That money and God, you know, God wants you to be abundant. Everything that God gives you is abundant. Money, water, food, sand, ocean, space, time, right? The second you start living in any type of scarcity, it's the devil in your mind. It's the devil in your mind, right? God and money go hand in hand. There's no problem with that. It's how you use the money, you know? It's when you leave God, right? And a rich man that has God is rich. A rich man that loses God is not rich anymore. He has now lost his wealth completely. And that's the truth, man. And I never really heard that. It just came out right now, but it makes sense. And I'm sure there's a proverb or something that shows it 100%. And there's 100 stories that we could, emulate or talk about that show that. And you want to emulate that type of life, right? But there's 100 different stories that we could talk about that accentuate that idea. All right. Richest people I know live in the woods without any money. See that? Yes, that's not true, man. You don't know them then. Like, I've met billionaires. They own a lot of land. They inherited money from their dad started banks. Like, their life came with a lot of responsibility. So that looks like the ascending triangle break to the downside. 15-minute way too far away for the 21-day moving average. You see that? I'm going to bail on that. At 15 minutes, way too far away. I took my 173. Why? The 15-minute was just too far away for the 21. If we rip, it's unlikely. Looks like we will now, right? That's like... Whenever I've seen the 15 that far away from the 21-day moving average, I guess we could continue to rip. It would be an anomaly. I guess this flag has to fly one time. Right? Now I'm back in like a smaller idea here. 63. That's unsustainable. Like now I'm in my mind, I'm scalping in and out, right? It looks so nice, but it's enticing on the small time frames. But the bigger time frames are telling me to be careful. I gotta walk away. Yeah. Whenever the 15-minute is that far away from the 21-day moving average, it's been never a good idea for me to open up a long. Never in my life. So the 1 minute looks amazing though, right? It's enticing. But remember, ascending triangles, which it isn't ascending triangles, they're 50-50 patterns. And they're bilateral, and they can dump to the downside. I'm bailing. I took my money. We're too far away for the 21. This looks good to the naked eye. But to the seasoned trader, I think it's a trap. And I could be wrong, though. There's a bullishness in the air for sure. And the Bitcoin trade's still ripping now, too. Back to the upside, doing damage. 97,300 for BTC. It tells me everything's going to rip today, regardless of that 21. And we're in some type of like just euphoric state and just open up trades on everything and let them all rip. And who cares, right? And says, hey, Sam, you're good. Just take this money. Everyone's going to buy in and you're good to go. You bounce there so strongly. It shows that you got a higher low position. But is it like $2,000 for $7,000 again? They're so close, right? I wouldn't do that there. It would have to be a bigger, a bigger idea. I'd do like 260 for 985 though. Give back basically what I just made. Scared money don't make money. I got to make a decision or move on, Sammy. It is what it is. I'm going to move on from it. Shout out to the 2,900 people here on the live. I said I'm going to move on. I'll come back to it in a couple minutes. Maybe look at my 5 minute. Yeah, the 5 minutes really far away from the 21 too. The 1 hour is not too bad. The 4 hour looks like it's just going to continue to rip, right? And you just got to trade the bigger flag and trust it. 4 hours says just trust the bigger flag. Don't stress. All will be well. I just trade this puppy, right? But it does suggest you may get another chance to get back in at 52 one more time. And we may get a little more sideways. If it's going to get a big pump, then we may get some nice sideways price action. And then we're going to get a monster trade, right? It's going to $1. It says it's going to $1 the way it's showing us it's moving, right? But we just want to execute it at the perfect level. Bitcoin trade 97,400 here on BOOKMAP. Pretty awesome. You gotta love it. You gotta love that. Now, one thing I want to talk about is people get overexcited here, and some people are going to take this bull run all the way to the end and never sell any of it. That's what a lot of new people are going to take their money all the way up and all the way down. And it's going to be tough. All right. So my whole idea is to do this: open up a demo account and learn and to call it the sell demo account. And right now, start opening up positions, and when they're up a little, we're up pretty nicely, sell them. You know, just throw some money in some random coins, no stop. You know what I mean? Just kind of see what would happen. And if you come back like as if they were long-term holds, like use this 1x leverage, build some positions at 1 or 2x leverage. All right, use the demo account on leverage similar to like a long-term hold account, and just see what would happen. And when you're up big, take some profits. Now, this might help you later on in the bull run learn to take profits too a little bit. All right. So now we're kind of playing this game here, right? We feel like we fell out of the pattern, but we're still in it. I mean, it looks so bullish regardless of that 15. It's just, my system's like, man, if you take it, you got to know you're heavy risking, Sam. A little against the grain there. You only get one area of support or resistance. There's a lot of money in Stellar right now, though, and people are fiending for it, right? Absolutely fiending. I just can't believe that move away from the 21. Right at resistance, too. See how trading gets in your mind? You got to think it through. This is the life of a trader. This is what you do on a daily basis to make $2-3 grand a day, 10 grand a day, whatever you got to do to put yourself into another level, to a higher task bracket, to make it to a world you never thought possible. So you can retire. If you want to retire, go to iTrust Capital and get ready for retirement with Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. They even have ICP, SWI, and more. SWI at 333. Something's going on there. Shout out to everyone. iTrust Capital, the best place to get your retirement fund going for Bitcoin. They'll self-custody the Bitcoin. You don't have to have a friend that he's afraid of holding Bitcoin because he does not want to hold that seed phrase. He's afraid he's going to lose it or something's going to happen. Doesn't want to put his whole life in that. iTrust Capital will have it nice and safe for you. And when you're done at 59 years old and your family wants it or you want it, they will give you the Bitcoin in kind. You don't have to transfer back out. It's amazing. Also, once you make a bunch of money, do your taxes, get them done at decrypted.tax. Experts in cryptocurrency and DeFi tax preparation. They'll figure it out. What wallet went to where, how it all happened. They'll figure it out for you and kind of close the knots. It'll be a blast. Have fun at decrypted.tax. I know the man personally, Ernest Lee. He owns a Bored Ape. He's very intertwined in the Bored Ape DAO and all the people over there. He's a great guy. Check him out. Decrypted.tax. Matic looking like it's going to make that bigger move to the upside. Alert on Zcash there, crossing a line that I got. And Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin weekly chart, if that turns green, that's going to be a very bullish sign for us. So we want to see if Bitcoin's going to turn green there. That's something that we want to see, right? We're going to look for that weekly candle to close. Of course, we have all week for this candle to close green. That's our first step. Our 3 days, same thing. We want to see this 3-day candle close green. It started red this morning. We want to see this close green. I'd like an uptrending flag, please, for Bitcoin. I'd like Bitcoin to go sideways, but sideways in an uptrend. And that's going to make the altcoins go crazy because Bitcoin's not going to lose any money. So we're all going to feel safe and comfy, but Bitcoin's also not going to be the star of the show. And so if we can get a perfect sideways price action here while the 21 curves into price, and then we get our next move up to $133,000, that is ideal here. That's what we're looking for. This is the most beautiful bullish scenario that we want. This would include a bullish candle closing on the 3-day chart. All right, right now it's got a weird, it's got an indecision doji. See it? You can't even see the candle because it's so strange. But, we'll see how that happens. That candle will close in 2 days and 8 hours. So Wednesday night, right? We'll see what happens. That we're going to be on that 3-day close. The daily, respecting this little flag again. And again, we want to see the daily close green today. Now, if the daily closes green, it's going to break out of this channel and rip to the upside. I've been bullish in this chart the whole time. Today, they just did a bear. It looks like they did a bear trap. They made the bears think they were going to break the pattern. They dropped it. They whipped it back inside. They did a beautiful false move Monday. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was great. Again, if you know my system and you use the 1 minute 200 MA, they really can't false move you, because if price crosses the 200 on the 1 minute, we're going to look. That trade's still green. The crossing of the 200 MA. And Bitcoin's looking like it's going to make a rising wedge and really continue. You see how it's making these higher lows and now getting. It's very bullish what we're seeing here for BTC. So fast forward or zoom in to the 4-hour time frame, and here we are for Bitcoin. And we're back. It's funny, they even gave a beautiful entry, 94. They gave an entry at 94,000. Unbelievable. It's almost like they gave one last chance for people to get in, and they trapped the bears, right? Now, this still is a symmetrical triangle. At the end of the day, it's a 50-50 pattern. I always have to be like the annoying professor. Instead of just being like, oh, we're all bullish, it's going to the upside. I always have to be the real annoying professor here and break this down. So it's still a 50-50 pattern here for Bitcoin. And so we could still break down to 88,000. Like, that's still a possibility. Like, I have to, you know, what if we just get tight here? What if today we slump again and we start to get tight? The key is if Bitcoin can break 98.5. 98.5 is really the key to 105,000. Why? Because then we're going to have just one last incy-bincy little resistance there at about 99.6, and we're gone. So once we break this high there at 98.5, I mean, we're gone. We're pretty close to it today. So can the daily candle close above 98.5? That's really going to be it. Because then you could even see a retest there, and then that could be your blast to 105,000. That's the measured move out of this bigger channel, and then we can kind of continue on with what we want to do here. All right. So it's still a symmetrical triangle for me. It's not a bull flag per se. And it you know, it could be inducement. They could be inducing the longs one more time to create liquidity down here so they can flush it to the downside. That's why I've been day trading Bitcoin lovely, and it's been awesome. Every time if I wanted to, you know, we called this beautiful bounce right there off the hidden bullish divergence and the golden, you know, what it hit the 786 retracement there on the Fibonacci. I mean, that was just moolah. Bitcoin bouncing back again. Let's take a look at the trades. Stellar trade looking all right. We're not in the trade anymore. Remember that? It is breaking out, looking like it's going to rip. I'm playing scared because the bigger time frames are just really far away from their 21s. And I just never really seen pumps go that crazy after that, but I guess it's going to happen. If I only knew this time frame, it says it's going to rip. But I'll trust my trader instinct there on that 21 on the 15 minute. Okay, moving forward, I see a super chat there. After hours investing. Thank you so much for the super chat. May God bless you for jumping on in. And hold on, I just don't know if I couldn't hear the sound. I want to see why. I mean, I usually hear it all the time, but we'll double check. Maybe it did come in and I just didn't hear it. All right. XRP continues to take names and kick butt. We got a trade for XRP right here, and it's still ripping. I mean, really no reason to close the trade. It actually went to the target and some. But the entry for XRP, 193. XRP absolutely ripping. Like, I even saw a flag last night. It dipped a little bit, and then this thing just, look, it's out of control. XRP is out of control. We're going to break down XRP on its own in a second. Let me finish my Bitcoin top-down analysis. We got trades all over the place over here. All right. I want to finish kind of what we're looking at here, though, for BTC. I got to finish. We got to be focused. I'm the one that's got to keep us all focused and disciplined here. Very important that I do that. All right. Where was my trade? Where's my... I thought we already had this Bitcoin mapped out already. That Stellar Lumens trade will haunt me for the rest of my... No, you got to let them go either, too. So, yeah, so now the daily wants to close. We want to see the daily close green. And I usually don't use wicks, but you kind of have to, the way it worked out there on the daily time frame there on that move. So you break up or down the length of this base. That's the key. Yeah, down's about 87,000. Up's always a little higher, but, you know, we had it, if we get really, like, cozy with it, it's about 104, right? 105. 104.8. All right. So this is it. You get in here, you put a stop loss below there, and you go for it. That's really kind of the key, right? The people that are willing to make the bigger gap are probably the ones who are willing to win. But the people that are willing to, like, play close to the bone the whole time, they usually get beat up over and over again. Let's take a look at the 8-hour time frame, a go-to of mine, and to me it bounced today. I mean, that it closed the candle very green, and it just opened up a new candle. And I just see that's, you know, we have to take that as a bullish sign. Back to the 4-hour time frame, the 4 hours bullish engulfing and pushing up in the stochastics with lack of bearish momentum in the MACD tells me that we could eat. Yeah, that just tells me that nice trade here on the 4-hour time frame can be made. Again, I've been pushing this trade every time. We keep getting to the green, and I'll take it. But I mean, now we've really made. Look, that's a double bottom right there on the 4-hour too. So you got some good, strong support and tight moving averages of the 4-hour. I know the 200 is not there, but it doesn't have to be when you get very, very bullish. Look at your 2-hour time frame. A time frame I really like to trade. That looks really nice today too. So, and then to the 1 hour. And the 1 hour's had a pretty good move. It's getting a little spent, but it's pretty close to the 21-day moving average. So, like, you may continue to get a pump, but when the 1 hour may even just kind of go sideways here for a while near the top of this channel before it rips. Let's take a look at our 15-minute. And wow, look, the 15-minute getting above the 200 MA. So here's my key today to get in. I love this. This is like one of my best entry points. I've scanned the 8-hour, the 4-hour, and they all look bullish to me. So I'm like, okay, I'm bullish. Like, they've told me the trend is my friend. Look at that beautiful inverted head and shoulder that broke out on the 15. And then you pumped above the 200 MA. So what's going to happen now is we have to connect to the 21-day moving average. We got to connect to it without losing the 200. If we do this on the 15, then basically every trade we're in for today, you know, or Bitcoin at least, can get a pretty nice move. And this would be the pump to 99.6, and then we're back to that 100K vibe again. And this could even look somewhat like a cup and handle, right? And this is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because, like, we're gonna find it all the time. So this is what I'm looking for now. And now I see my next trade for sure for Bitcoin. My day scalp. And then it also, if we get the sideways price action in 21, that I could key into a 4-hour trade too and use that as my entry in to execute. Okay? Understand? This all makes sense? So now it makes sense. Now the Bitcoin's falling back down to 96.7. Everyone else is freaking out. Like, we were just high. We were at 90. You know, we're dumping now. No, we're too far for the 21 on the 15. Okay. Stellar don't care. Stellar gonna pump no matter what. All right. Every time Bitcoin slumps, Stellar gonna pump. Isn't that crazy? Stop could be a little higher too. It could be like right there. 5, 5, 5, 3, 2. Would it respect all those digits? I can't get. This is making me get in so bad, but I just got to keep reminding myself that 15-minute. Man, after holding XRP since 2019, it's hard to sell any at all. I don't think I can yet. Isn't that crazy? Let's take a look if who and how someone could sell XRP. All right. Let's take a look. Who and how could possibly sell XRP. XLM's telling me I just have to jump in. So I'm going to fight my old, my old wits here and take it. But it's a very low risk trade. But I just got to take it. If that pumps, I got to take that candle. Like, we'll see now. Just for fun. Okay. Wow, XRP, man. So we got Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. We're looking for this cup and handle in the 15-minute. That's it. That's execution. That's when we could get a bigger move. And that we could get to 100K today, everyone. The way we got that bounce this morning, we could also hit the top of this channel and come back to the bottom of it. And end up down here and so I've got mixed signals, but I've got a stronger read here on this bull flag that's likely starting to play out. Well, let's give it it's going to take about an hour of sideways consolidation here, in my humble opinion. And I could be wrong. Remember, I could be wrong. Stellar doesn't care. Should never have sold Stellar. Should have kept me, all right? But it's okay. I never say woulda, coulda, should. I say, dear Lord, thank you for the wins you did give me. Dear Lord, thank you for the wins you did give me. Look at Stellar, just like so crazy. And remember, I just go full port despite the 15-minute being away from the 20. That's what tells me, hey, next time in your life when you see a bull flag and things are hot, who cares? But now you're going to make a bearish div here, and that may be the end. That may be the end. You'll come back to the 21 too, see? Don't. Anyway, I'm going to leave it alone for now and find my next playable victim. Chainlink looks interesting to me too as well. Let's jump on into your super chats. Let's have some fun. And let's just look at the bigger time frames now for XRP. Every time the 3 days gotten this far away from a 21-day moving average, price action has dumped so hard, so fast, so ridiculous. It does make it very hard not to sell XRP. We're all up huge on our XRP at this point, and we don't know what to do. Like, it's insane. Like, I'm going to refresh now and see how much more we made again. I mean, now we've made $12,000 today alone. Today alone. Like, I mean, like $12,000 in a day? Like, this is getting out of control. Look at Atom, Aerodrone, and XRP. I call them the three musketeers, man. Chainlink too, and you know what? Matic's gonna start pumping soon too. There's my Stellar Lumens bag, And this is my old. This is like one of the first portfolios I ever built, and I just left it alone for a long time. Like, I remember it from. I'm like, what can it? It gives me memories. Like, this is because these are the first coins you could. And I added Aerodrome recently, and thank gosh you could bring in XRP now. I mean, when we look at XRP, it's telling us that it's time to. You gotta sell that. But had you sold that, right? But whenever we've been this far away from the 21-day moving average on these big time frames, I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. So to me, it's a liquidity grab. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And maybe we go higher. But I feel like I'm gonna peel off right now and sell. I really think I'm gonna sell. I really do. Or at least sell half, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get real. Like that's unsustainable. We gotta really slow it down, and that's unsustainable. It really is. Look at the daily. Is the 4 hour making sense? And then what's been happening is the smaller time frames have just been unreal. But even they're gonna get so extended at one point. And I think retail's jumping in now real late. Even then, even if I sell now, you could probably get a bag back down at 220. You know what I'm saying? Only someone with a lot of guts could sell XRP right now, honestly. Probably not a smart idea, but at the same time, it probably likely has to pull back, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, blow off top. I mean, that's it. That's what we see. I'm out. I'll put that money towards, I don't know what I'll put it. I've had XRP for so long, though. I see it's a tough decision. It's a tough decision. But, you know, let's see how much I pay in fees. That might, like, defy me. Yeah. And it's going to be a long term. I've been holding it for such a long time, right? Sell XRP. Sell all the XRP, right? Wow. Including spread and fees, $600 in fees at Coinbase. Yeah. I could send it to another wallet and then sell it for free on any other place, right? Just easy that it's there. I mean, it's whatever, but dang, man. And it's already down from 286. That's insane right there. Look at your 1 minute time frame. Has bearish divvy. Watch I sell in like in 2-3 days. It's like at $5 and everyone's like, why'd you do that, bro? This is a bull run. Don't sell coins in a bull run. I mean, the 1 hour suggests it could continue to pump. Like the stochastics aren't even done yet, but there's a nasty bearish div on the RSI. How high is the RSI on the daily? It's insane. You know, unsustainable. How is the RSI on the 3-day? Has it made like a bearish divvy yet? Technically, it could still make a bearish divergence. The weekly isn't the worst. The 2-week has a little bit of room, but it's so extended. Man, selling XRP here. I just never really cared about it that much, and I only had a little bit of money sitting in it, and next thing you know, it's like my average price was $44, cents. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's like 40. That's nice. Like if I sell right now at 276, all right, divided by 44, I mean, you're talking a 6x on your money. That's crazy, right? And I can always buy back XRP when it dumps again, because it's gonna dump, man, right? I'm gonna take my money and I'm gonna sell all my XRP right here. Call it a day. All right, I'll buy it back. All right, I sold it. Look at that. I sold it. I sold it. It is what it is. People are gonna be, trust me, I have XRP somewhere else. My wife has a boatload of XRP too, but I did it, man. I sold my XRP, man. I did it. That's unsustainable to me. And watch it continue to pump. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That was a mistake. Smart move. Yep. I don't care what it does. It could go all the way to $10. Doesn't matter to me, man. It doesn't matter. Don't you get it? I made 6x on my money, man. That's big money, man. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I got 30 racks now sitting there on the sidelines that I can use to stack USDC. Immediately you buy USDC and you start doing it. All right. Yeah. XRP to $4 tomorrow. Look, everyone's gonna wild out. Look at this. Everyone's wilding out on this, right? Look at this. People are bulking out. They don't realize when XRP goes to 180, I'll buy 50 grand of it and I'll leave it sitting there. All right. You could buy more on the dip. Congrats, Sammy, with the big win. No faith. Look at this. You can't go wrong. Look, yo, the chat's going crazy over this. The chat's going crazy over this. The chat is going insane. And it's going to rip. Watch it continue to rip. It'll probably go to $5 tomorrow. And I'll be like, what was I thinking? We were in a bull run. XRP is the biggest thing. Everyone wants it. Retail's buying in. They're going to, like, the indicators don't matter. It's just going to keep ripping. And the daily looks like it could keep ripping, honestly. But I'm just going to use my trader instinct and, you know, leave it alone. Who knows? It was, you know what? I blame Crypto Billy. He shouldn't have mentioned it at all, right? I mean, there's a hidden bullish divergence right there. He's going to continue to the upside. All right. But I don't stress on the opportunity. See, what if you passed away tomorrow? Would it matter whether you sold XRP or not? No. You see what I mean? So I don't stress it at all. I really don't. But there you go, man. XRPZ to the easy. And long-term capital gain too. That's 17% on like $30,000 or something crazy in gains. I'm happy, man. All right. I'm a happy man. You got to learn to sell, man. You got to learn to sell. Specifically when the 3-day chart is this far away from the 21-day moving average. If I don't sell there, I've been trained, man, by too many masters in the game, man. I know what's up. And I could be wrong. We'll find out what happens. I have the guts to do it, and we'll see what happens now. I put my stones on the line, man. Now you guys can either chop them off tomorrow, right? Or you can see what happens, right? Yeah. Go big or go home. You're the man for not falling in love with your bag. People need to stop falling in love with their bags. Amen. Yeah. No one will ever be broke taking profits. Amen. Yeah. Yeah. Selling when you're up a gazillion is the biggest challenge in a bull run. You're not married to her. Take her out on another night. Put her in a cab and home again. Rinse and repeat. Amen. Dude, I don't hate them. I don't date them. I just keep rotating and repeat them. You know what I mean? So I'll buy more Cardano. You see what I'm saying? Sold out my XRP last night. Amen. I mean, I can't believe that I saw where it was right now. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. Right? Absolutely crazy. Sam just bought a pizza for 10 grand. You guys are funny, man. How much did you buy XRP for? 44 cents. 44 cents, man. Like 44 cents. Yeah. It was a 6X. We did the math. I 6X my money on XRP, dude. Come on. Like, right? Sam, watch your XLM. We're only in one Bitcoin trade right now, down $100. All right. That's it. Bitcoin's been kind of flat right now. It was all XRP. XRP stole the show right now. And what was the highest of the day? It was like 286, 287, right? So like, I mean, and look, there's a head and shoulder there. Watch, I started the selling. Watch, because I sell, it goes through the whole market. Like, Crypto Lifer sold. The greatest technical analyst of 2023. He called the top of XRP. Everybody get out now. I mean, everyone's jumping in. Retail is buying it like you read about. Isn't that when you should be selling it? You know what I mean? It'll probably go to 187 and I'll be able to buy it back for 50 grand. That's my plan. My plan is to buy $50,000 worth of it when it goes back to 187 somewhere. I've never been truly obsessed with XRP. I've never been like, oh, I have to. You know what I'm saying? I might buy more Aerodrome, to be honest, with all my XRP right now. I might just load up an Aerodrome and become a whale in Aerodrome right now. Put 80 grand in Aero, because I think Aero is going to outperform XRP, humbly said and put. You know what I mean? I really do. And what do you think? Let's do a tweet. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. And look, what I did today was monumental, right? Like, nobody does that. Nobody has the guts to do that. You guys gonna put my guts on a chopping block and chop them off tomorrow? Or are you gonna call me a clown, right? XRP goes down to $2. You're gonna look at me like, dang, man, I wish I had the guts. You know how hard that was to sell right now? You know, it gave me adrenaline rush though to sell, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Every time you take action in life, you learn from the behavior. If you take no action, you learn from nothing. Okay? If you just sat there and you can't hold everything your whole life, there has to be a move. Something has to be made. All right? And to me, that just, I'm a trader now. When I'm up 6X, I think maybe I could have sold half. All right? But I'm a pretty all or nothing guy. It's very hard for me to do halvesies. I either do it or I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a halvesy kind of guy. It just doesn't work like that for me. I don't know about for you, but it doesn't work like that for me. All right? I can't go half. My mind is blown right now. I can't believe I did just sell my XRP. I didn't think I would ever sell anything right now. And I usually don't sell in a bull run at all. And I guarantee 6-7 months from now, XRP is $4, $5, $10 a coin. Like, I don't see how it doesn't rip. But whenever I've seen the 3-day chart do that, and I haven't sold, I've regretted it. So I'm going off my lifestyle and my instinct. And maybe XRP does some anomaly thing that we've never seen before. And it just rips out of control, and it just, we're all so happy. But to me, that would be the first time I've ever seen it in my life that the 3-day chart would continue after being that far away from the 21-day move. I've never seen it. So if it happens like that and in such a small period of time, like maybe the 3 days been that far away, but maybe it's taken a little longer than that. That was like 2 to 3 days. I can't believe I just saw XRP doing that. And I looked up and saw the price. I was like, are you serious? All right. Look at XLM collapsing to the downside now. And there was the pump right there. They pumped it to 60. And that was going to be it. And then they were going to wreck me. And look, now they're dumping BTC. Now I'm down 199 here on this trade too. So like, cause you know why? I didn't even pay attention to it because I had bigger money on the table, right? I just sold something for like a massive amount. Now look, we're losing the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. That's my go-to to bail on a trade. And look, the rising wedge broke to the downside. We didn't get the pumpage. I'm actually about to get stopped out here on this trade, which is good. We're right below the 200 MA. I'll take the stop loss. I need like a moment to breathe right now after the XRP thing. I really do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What a day, man. What a day. I still can't believe I sold my XRP, man. I'm like sitting here in a state of like, but look, they're dumping that thing so down. I was up huge. Look at the dump, dude. Oh my God, Sammy sold the top. Woo! Maybe it's just a quick little dump and they'll rip it back to the upside. You know, buy the dips is what they say here. Is that my dip buy? Do I buy it back right now at 265? No. I don't do that. I don't run back in. Shout out to the channel sponsors, iTrustCapital and Decrypted.tax. Thank you for keeping the lights on and always believing in the crypto lifer. It means the world to me that you would always support the channel. I love it. And I thank you guys so much. Go to iTrustCapital and find out more at iTrustCapital. All right. And as tax season comes on, it's probably a good time before they get too busy because people get very busy. Chainlink's still doing damage here at 2190. Chainlink, there's certain coins that are just look like they're going to continue to rip. But Decrypted.tax, I would get your free consultation today because they're going to get busy. It's going to get busy towards the end of the year. Get it today. Get yourself squared away today. Why wait till the last minute to get your taxes done? Schedule a free consultation and get it done today at Decrypted.tax. They do sponsor the channel. They're amazing. And they're amazing. Yeah, everyone's saying the word XRP, man. You got to sell the top. I sold. I just sold the top. That I'm looking at Crypto Face. He goes, it's been 20 minutes since my electricians got here, and boom, XRP came out of their mouth. I was like, I just sold the top. That it's got to be somewhat of a local top. Come on now, right? I mean, you were 286. Even that move there, I had so much money. Once you start getting a lot more money, I mean, it's like bang. And again, the short-term capital gains won't matter if I put this in 10x it in AEROBUD finance. I don't stress it. I basically pay short-term capital gains for a living because the business does well. We have to pay, taxes on that every quarterly. So it's like, once you start paying taxes, man, you pay a lot of taxes. It is what it is. You just come to the deal. I can't wait to see what happens with the new administration, where they're going to go, how we're going to have it. I would love a flat tax. Not have to sit there with 1,000 bills and play games. Now, the 1 minute 200 MA, we could get a bounce there. We could. But let's take a look now at like the bigger time frames. Are they going to turn? And a good time to sell is to wait for at least a big time frame candle to close red. Like, we still have not seen a red candle close, like a substantial red candle close. But like, honestly, that's unsustainable even on the daily time frame. Like, the daily has to come back to the 21-day moving average. Fine, maybe it goes in an upward trend. There's a chance I'm wrong here, and it does one of these. Like, this is the only thing that like, and it basically does something like this. And it drags the 21, and then we just continue to rip. And I have to kind of buy back somewhere at 270, maybe where I sold. I might have to hustle back in. It could have been a bad move. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But to me, and so that's possible. That's a possible idea there. But the 3-day chart, man, I don't know. It's too far from that 21. Whenever the 3 days been this high for me, we've had a pullback and a nasty one. Like, and I can give you you can go right now and go put the 3-day on a bunch of charts and look at a pump like this. And especially something that hasn't moved in a long time. The only thing is, if it crashes hard, like, what does that mean for the rest of the market? Is that, you know what I mean? You think if the market's so frothy and we're going to rip, then so doesn't that mean this has to continue to pump? And that kind of, leads you to believe that idea too. All right. Let's get back into Bitcoin. Remember, we're going to make this trade once this thing settles off here and gets tight inside the flag. Seemed like XRP had a lot to do with kind of the market. I mean, there's so much was going on with XRP, and it's starting to move the market a little bit. Everyone's watching it. Everyone's like, what the? No one had the guts to sell XRP. Nobody. Like, you know what I mean? Your emotions, there's no way. Emotionally, it was impossible. If I didn't have the 3-day chart, there's no way I would have been able to do it. And honestly, I thought you hit sell, and then it would say, like, a confirmation window. So I was just going to hit sell. I honestly was just going to hit sell to see what it said. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, and then it sold it. So I have to be honest, I thought I was going to have like a second window to say yes. So I don't know if I was really going to sell it, really. I was just kind of like, I have to be honest with everybody. I was just kind of a little, and then I was committed at that point. Coinbase, you guys, because I've never sold anything on Coinbase, really. It's very rare. Very, very rare. Now, the second you have that, you want to convert that USDC. You want to convert the USDC to USD to USDC. Or maybe you got to buy, right? Yeah. You can't convert, right? So you want to buy your USDC because immediately you're going to start getting returns and you're pegged anyway. You see what I mean? So immediately I'm going to take this USD and put it into USDC and get my 4% a week, 4% APY. At 10%, that's $3,000, right? $3,400 a year. So that's about $1,700 a year right there off the bat, which ain't bad, right? So you snatch that, right? And you take it, even if it's for a couple of days, you take it, in my humble opinion, because I take every APY I can, all right? That will pay for the fees that they in and out. That will pay for the fees in and out, all right? If I do have to go back in or something like that, So I like Bitcoin here in the cup and handle. To me, it looks like we're going to start making some type of like flag. I'd like if it was an uptrending flag like so. But no guarantees. But I've seen this many times off of a 618 fib bounce. Remember, we watched this whole thing. We called that pump. We got above the 200, but now we want to see it consolidate and get the bigger move to the upside. I'm blown away by today's stream. Honestly, I can't even, like, my mind is riveting. Like, I'm going crazy. I'm like, whoa. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. $142 in chat revenue. Let's jump on into your chat. So this is the trade. The aggressive entry is right now. Right now, because you have a bit of hidden bullish in a way. So the aggressive entry is right now for Bitcoin. It gets tight and it's likely going to pump back up to 100K. And that's crazy that we have a 100K bull flag on the table here on the 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute could take us to 100K today. It's so crazy how like all this has happened. We're sitting at 96,450. Now again, we could drop and start losing moving averages, but this looks very similar to every reversal I've seen. I'm looking for some type of pattern here, and then I'm going to take Bitcoin again back to the upside. It's just not the time just now. It's just not the time just now. But I like the 96,500 BTC. 5-minute looks like the bounce off the 200 is happening. Look at that. That's what we love to see. And hidden bullish divergence. This swings up while this swings down. Tells us that the trend will continue. You'll break this high before you break that low. Really says I could make the trade right now, stress-free, and get in. Now it is money. You see me trading a little more than I have on normal Mondays. And again, there's my signal too, above the 200 MA on the 1-minute time frame with the 21 in conjunction with price action. Not a bad sign. All right. Let's see if we can recreate this puppy here. Right here, just because I need to see my parameters. The bigger chart, we just need to see the lines. Don't really care about it. Just need to see where I'm at inside of it. And then here we are, right? We're watching this. And it's good. See how I rebuild the same thing? Repetitive process, repetitive focus and discipline. Repetitive focus and discipline. Constant. Don't stop, right? Pay yourself. Pay the trader. Pay the trader. Pay the trader. Honestly, I believe on the opportunity. I believe I'll put that money that I sold XRP into something better than XRP could give me. You know? And honestly, I've already won, man. I've already hit the lottery with my life, my kids, my wife, my business, and everything in my life. You know, a coin's not going to make or break me. Whether XRP made me 10 million, 50, unless it made me 50 million, which I don't know if I had enough in there to make 50 million, but some people say maybe you did. Maybe you did, you know. I still do hold some XRP on another exchange. I do. It's not as much, but I still hold some XRP. Now this may dump, right? I'm not in the trade yet. See, I'm not in any trade right now. We're even Steven right now. Not even on the day. We're up on the day. Nice. But I battled the charts all day, and it has not been easy. You guys have watched the man really battle these charts like Braveheart, man. Like up and down, in and out. And honestly, the old me, who would paper-handed emotional, would have lost easily 2 or 3 grand today. But because I knew how to judge that 21, because I knew how to play my, you know, get it right, I circumvented myself through a Bitcoin trade up and down. Chainlink took my win, and I was able to kind of see it all through. When the stream ends, I am going to take a big break and be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I got through that one. And it was a Monday. It was a Monday, right? 1 minute of the 21, maybe scalp that, right? Let's take a look at the super chats here. I see them coming in. GALA. And we're going to call out everyone that gave a super chat, and we're going to talk about it. And we'll probably stay to like 12:15. It looks like we may have to, just because there was such a long time on Bitcoin, and I want to get to all your super chats. And you guys tell me what's hot. And so a lot of streams, we just want to do all coins the whole time because that's what's hot. And I balance the stream between both teaching how to trade and finding the hottest coins in the game, because we know both are a priority at this point. And, you know, before it was just the bear market trading, but now, like, things are priority. We have talked about Bongo the Cat many times. I wouldn't be surprised if Bongo the Cat does some damage and does some interesting things. I want to see Bitcoin bounce off here. This is what we're watching. We can come back in and out of this for Bitcoin. I've got the chart right here, 96,300 ripping. I can see the price at all times just by glancing. We still got the short liquidity. They did build some red here now. And that means there's some longs here coming on in with some stops at about 94,000. But, you know, the still liquidity is further up to 100K. But again, we've had that many times, and we haven't been able to clear all the way to 100K yet, for whatever reason. Nice wicks right there off of the 21. And once you get above the smooth and the 200, that's a good sign. And we have the smooth and the 200 together. This is the smooth moving average. That's the 200 moving average. When they're together, it's a pretty good sign. So we build a scalp trade right off the bat. Remember, the 8-hour trade's still intact, the bigger one that we've been talking about for the last few days. The key is to live to fight another day too. You know, say you're up huge, but you go home up 500 and you're like, man, well, you know what? You still got capital to win again the next day. The guy that goes back in and you know, basically revenge trades, emotional trades, choose himself, and next thing you know, he liquidates his account. Today, someone liquidated their account. If you didn't, you're doing better than they are. And I know that's not the best thing to say if you're like a losing trader right now, but if you just lost today, you're doing better than someone that liquidated their account. If you go for a walk today after a couple losses and decide no more, and you don't wreck yourself, you're doing good. If you won big today and you go for a walk and decide not to give it all back, you're doing great. I'm not going to give my gains back today. I'm going to solidify today as a green trading day. That's what I promised myself today. I'm not going to be up all night degenning and giving it back. If I take risk, I'm going to take risks that make sense, and I'm not going to over risk myself, right? And you shouldn't either. Let's take a look at GALA and get into these super chats from you beautiful people. I love you all and I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chats. We really do love them. As you can see, if I was money hungry and all I wanted was the super chats, that's what we would do. But I'm really about the teaching. I saw this flag in GALA. It was likely going to pump. I see a 5-cent GALA coming. I've been in GALA for a long time. I believe in GALA. I started talking about GALA right here. It's going to go parabolically to the upside. It did exactly that. If you're one of my students and you talked about GALA with me or we went over GALA, this is how I saw it. I'm a long-term holder of it. And it looks like it may kind of go sideways here, but it's eventually going to rip. Gaming is on point. Money's flowing in. And the thing about these coins, too, like if you look at GALA, GALA is not XRP, right? It's away from the 21, but the 21 hasn't even crossed the 200 yet. You see? So it's just like, you know, and again, that may have somewhat of a pullback, too. Nothing's guaranteed here in trading, all right? XRP coming back. I'm probably going to have to chase. The whole world wants it, so it's probably going to rip. And I'm going to regret selling. It'll make a flag here in pump, right? On the 7-minute. And they'll pump it to 337, right? And I'll be like, why? Why was I selling XRP in a bull run? What was I thinking? You know, or does it make a right shoulder here and dump? And I'll say, man, I got the best price. I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what people say. I care about getting money. I put 44 cents in. I got out at 280. I made a 6x publicly in front of the world. I am a trader. My goal is to show people that I can get in and get out. That's all that matters to me. It doesn't matter when I do it, how I do it, what market I do it in. As long as I am making a gain publicly in front of the world, I think that's the most important thing for me and my brand. You see? And so when you think about it, I may make way more money on just me selling that at the right time than even holding that position. Understand? Off of my own brand. It's, you see, it's like, so I got to think bigger than just in that. That's worldly. That's when you get meta and you start really positioning your brain to think bigger than you used to think, because there's more out there than we realize, and there's more happening than you realize. All right. Amen. On a tangent of life. So GALA is nice, but is it going to pull back? So we hit GALA, we hit our gains. And again, I tell all my students, like, flag it out when you get above the 200 MA, you're going to rip. And then you take the gain. Now you got to rip. It happened. So now what? Well, it's a giant double bottom, is it not? Look at that thing. That thing is gone. It's only a matter of time. I mean, you could say that's your neckline. And yeah, GALA's probably going to pull back to the 21 somewhere here, but it's going to continue to rip. It really is. I feel like the XRP run was unsustainable. Every single person in retail was talking about XRP. Everybody. Like, it just seemed like that was it was the easiest thing for them to buy. And they seem like they fed it to so many people, and everybody knows about it now. Right? I'm not saying it's not going to continue to pump. I believe it can. I think now they're going to play with retail a little bit. Right? Now they got the liquidity. Now they can sell. I mean, I was able... That was, I mean, we sold to somebody, right? Remember, we're planning the Bitcoin pump. We're ready. We're locked and loaded. We know exactly how to trade this pump. 100,000 is where we're going. Stop loss is going to be at 95,519. No, it's got to be at 95,489. Just at least below the fives. And this could be the aggressive entry right now at 96,282. Buying into the red candle. And remember, we bounced off the 21. I just still can't believe what we did today with the Stellar Lumens. Is that the same? Is it the same live stream that we did Stellar Lumens? I can't believe it. Shout out to the 2,970 people here on the live, 898 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 1,000 likes, please. And I'll finish these super chats and we'll get them done. Yeah. I love your show. Shout out to everybody here. Yeah. Thank you, sir. You saved me. Shout out to everybody here. So GALA looks nice, but I do see a pullback for GALA. But probably not that bad, you know? I mean, it's bullish. Gaming is about to go on a tear. So if I put that money from XRP into GALA, I may make... We'll go over how big XRP can get and where it can go. And maybe this is the first time my TA won't serve me right, and I should have just said, wow, I guess like the whole world was just in something. But that'll be one of the first times in my life, so I don't, you know. Golden Cross tells me that we're going to be somewhere up in here eventually. See, Golden Cross doesn't say exactly what will happen and when, but it says that later on you will be higher than you are now. That's what a Golden Cross suggests every time you see it. And GALA's got beautiful support of resistance now. I mean, I don't see it going lower than that resistance there at 3.6. So I loaded up on GALA. I got bags of it. All my students and everybody in my trading group knows my trading portfolio. I share it every week. I even put it on the live just the other day and showed all the things that I own. Chainlink still looking bullish at 2165, and I'd still be up on the big monster trade I was in. I could have let it. Chainlink doesn't care about any of the shenanigans going on today. It's doing its own thing. Someone asked about NEWB, NEWB, NEWB. And maybe NEWB's on deck screener, right? I like this DOGECAST. Why? Well, the idea that you're going to have this cast, right? I don't know, about the government. And I think it's something real. It's going to be a podcast about how they clean up the government. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm hearing through the grapevine. And so DOGECAST, right? And it's down here at the 786 Fibonacci, and it could go to zero. I'm speculating here. $11 million market cap, 555 in liquidity. But hey, it is something that you may want to write down and just even monitor. Sometimes I just monitor this stuff for fun, just to see if it does what the heck they say it's going to do. Wow, the scheme ass cat. Locked liquidity 3.5 million, seems to be ripping hard. Would have liked to get on there, but it's got a measured move and it's just getting started. You see, I wouldn't jump on it personally, but I just want to show you how the TA does play out. Like this says it's going there. Let's see if it does. I love that stuff. I love just playing around with TA. I'm still in this Ava AI. It's a virtual sentient. And now it's kind of forming the descending triangle. Hasn't done anything. May get a sell-off. Who knows? ATH, all-time high. Is that what... I mean, it's got a $39 million market cap already ripping. So crazy how quick this stuff, which one will get to 300, which one will turn to zero. But again, what I want to show you is if you are going to get into one, pull a Fibonacci, and despite it being a meme or not, just use a fib. All you have to do is hit Apple F. You have to know nothing about trading. Just hit Apple F on deck screener, pull this up, and if you're going to be getting in, get in between the 786 and the 618 Fibonacci, on any asset in the world. I mean, that's the most likely. Now, I'm not saying here because I'm not, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying get in here. I'm just saying if that would be the case, that is the greatest place to get in most assets in the world. Like even this asset, it would have played out getting into the golden pocket for a 2.5x. Funny, there's an XRP on Sol now too. Look at that. It bumped and then it dumped, man. Stay away from stuff like this, man. Seriously. And someone asked about NEWB. That's what got us over here. NEWB. NEWB. Newton on base. Really? Tiny market cap. Ripping right now, though. It's ripping. It's brand new and it's ripping. This would be the earliest I ever gone in on a coin, honestly. Like, NEWB on base. I like base chain. I have no idea though. What does it mean? Like, what is it? Like, what is it? Does it even have a Twitter following? Newton, AI hero, but he's also a man, a meme, a myth, a legend. Isaac Newton. Non-major listings, major marketing, sex listing. I don't know, man. Maybe you might. I mean, it's ripping. Who knows? Who knows? How many people on their Twitter right now? Wow, we hit 22. I don't know. Yeah, I can't make a call. It's hard to make a call on memes. The TA looked interesting here. If you had found it here, like it was making the ascending triangle a bit, and then it did break out, and it hit the measured move. It's insane how it really does play out over time, but... And I think I may have hit my chat window off or something. Let me take a look here at the fan funding. Did I just get any fan funding recently? Can you tell us how many computer monitors you have and recommend us having for our home setup? Any software for your TA? Oh no, we still here. Thank you. I love that. Mochi D5, the sweetest. I have 6 monitors. I keep 2 on each side for like a quick look. I keep 2 right in front, and I keep 2 up on top. All right. And look, it's going to make that right shoulder and probably take a tumble. I'm pretty good at selling the top at this point, so I would believe that I did sell the top. I have a firm belief that the probabilities are high that I sold the top, the local top. Just joined your group 4 days ago and never knew there was where's money printers. That's where the money printer live. Thanks. May I ask if you think H-bar pump is also unsustainable? I mean, anything that's really far away from a 21 on a 3-day chart usually is unsustainable. But again, maybe I'm wrong, right? We'll find out over time, right? But I've been here a long time, and most people that have followed me are doing pretty good. But who knows? That doesn't mean anything, right? Let's see if we can continue to do good. Just because you did good yesterday doesn't mean you're going to do good today. But Chainlink is out of control now. Absolutely ripping. And does that mean did Bitcoin get the bounce? Looks like it's going to get... if Bitcoin gets the bounce, everyone's going to believe that the rest of the market's going to get the bounce. That could be the beautiful buy. That's the cup and handle right there. Just high risk at that point, right? But I could keep the low of the divergence, which is the low of the day. If we break the low of the day, then fine, I'm wrong again, so be it. You know what I mean? It's like then, like... so I kind of like the trade for that reason. Kind of like a master friend idea, you know? It's like, well, so who cares then? You know, but I truly believe that was our daily bottom. And if I believe that, then we're likely not going to revisit that divergence in the 5-minute time frame. If that's the case, then why should I even stress, right? $500 for 19 would make sense for the trade. And let me get back into the super chats. 22.28 Chainlink ripping. Had I left that puppy alone, my goodness. My goodness. And that was the key, but it was tough. But wow, that would have been the big winner of the day. Even bigger. Hey, it's all good. It is what it is. Well, I made so many trades that I didn't even remember making. It's like crazy. Yeah, so I was in at 1966 and I sold at 2066 for 1500. Had I waited to go one more 66 to 21, would have been another 1500. So I would have made 3 1500s, man. So I'd be at 4,500 right now. A little under that, actually. About $4 grand on the trade. So, I mean, it would have been awesome. Big boy trade. And it's ripping now. Chainlink is ripping. And we gave this trade. It didn't play out perfectly. Like, if it didn't get stopped out. See, this is the trade we gave here. See? This idea to get in right there and to get out at 24. And this thing wants 24 so bad. And when I see this too, I have 100 grand in Chainlink at $12. It makes my heart sing. Like, it makes my heart just absolutely sing. You know, I'm like in complete, just like utter happiness. So beautiful to see this move. Knowing that every single time this goes up, I'm making massive amounts of money. Sorry, not to be rude. I put a lot of risk down, and when you put a lot of risk down, it's nice to win on that risk, man. I'm telling you. And the leverage trades are all fun and games, but the big boy trades are really what make and break my life, right? But you can make some pretty big money leverage trading. XRP may make a beautiful bull flag here and then continue to pump. And I'll regret it. It goes to 330. It could very easily happen. It's out of control. So, Bitcoin getting a bounce here. So even if I were to lose 500 on the Bitcoin trade I'll start it right here and see where it goes. But I do like the bounce. But we're not above the 200 MA just yet. And we're not above the 200 MA here yet either. We got to get above the 200 MA. If we don't get above the 200 MA, then no. Highly likely this trade won't play out. And it's kind of a bear flag. I may just like, hold on. I'm not really in love with the trade right now. It got to bounce, but you'd have to basically hold that higher low for this trade to play out. It looks like a bear flag, right? You got this like, and it's kind of a shoulder, head, and shoulder, and it kind of has a cup and handle. I like the bounce, but they got to show me they're going to bounce it. So I jumped in a little too quick without looking at my 1 minute. I apologize there. Even I make mistakes. Trust me, I'm not perfect. I know everyone thinks I am, but it's not true. So like Crypto Lifer wins every trade he touches and never makes a mistake. The guy is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I've never seen him lose. It's just not true. Anyone that says that is lying to you, right? I win a lot. I do win a lot, and I pull off a lot of insanity and a lot of magician moves here in trading that you wouldn't believe, but it doesn't mean that I can't lose. I can lose just like everybody else, all right? Really got to get above that 200 MA sooner than later. There's really no reason to give up even $100 to $500 for any reason if we can't do the do. Kind of an inverted head and shoulder, so it should rip out that right shoulder. See, the thing is, I'm making my first trade here. If this starts to get up and we get tight, then I'm gonna add even more into the trade. And then if we get in tight here and it starts to rip and we get above moving average, then I might even add the bigger trade down. But I want to make sure that we're setting position. I mean, that was a good entry if you got in down at 94, though. Dang. The fact that people got Bitcoin at 94,000, even just long term, when it was about to be over 100K, so, you know. And what if Bitcoin goes on a huge rally and takes XRPZ with it? Right? Look, until we break above the 200 MA, I can't remain bullish. Like, I'm going to take this loss just for now. You're like, that was so stupid, Sam. Why? Don't trade like me if you don't understand my sauce, because, look, that's an M pattern, and we never broke above the 200 MA. I told you, until you break above the 200 MA, and I said, doesn't this look like a bear flag? And now it's kind of reacting similar to a bear flag, and it could go to 95,467. This dumps today, it's going to take XRP down. This pumps, then you might have some hope for XRP. All right? You know how many people are going to wish they sold when it goes all the way back down to $2? They're going to be like, dang, man, Lifer was on point. Like, look at that head and shoulder now. Like, I don't know, maybe you could call it a diamond. I see a head and shoulder pattern with a break to the downside. Honestly, you know, Crypto Billy has never steered me wrong. And when he said, man, I don't think I could, it's almost like you were speaking to me. It's like you told me what to do. I can't explain it, man. But you put like the reasoning in my mind. And look at that gap of the VRVP. Even if I just jump back in at 241, I mean, for half the, and I buy it back for half the price or a little less, I'll be happy. And I could be wrong. We could pump, everyone. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but of course I want to be bearish now because I sold. And I want to see it dump so I can feel better about the sell, right? Dump, baby, dump. You ever sell something you're like, you've never been so happy about a dump? Like, dump, baby, dump, man. Watch that baby dump, right? All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. Hey, Sam, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for the Black Friday deal. Finally part of the 99. Curious as to what your thoughts are on GALA. We looked at GALA. Thank you. Please check ETH. We did lose the ETH trade that I put out yesterday. Unfortunately, sorry, everybody. I did lose that trade. It didn't play out. All right. It did not play out perfectly. We traded like a flag on the 1 hour, like this flag right there. You know, I was trading this. It was a nice flag. It looked beautiful. It was looking like we were going to get the move, and ETH took the dump. They grabbed basically the liquidity. The bigger idea is still on the table, you know, and this bigger rising wedge still wants to break out. And so we're going to talk about that in a second here for Ethereum. So let's take a look at your weekly for Ethereum. Bitcoin at 96,280. All right, just in case you're like really like struggling with not seeing the price. I get it. You know, it looks like we may get some Bitcoin dominance, and it looks like Bitcoin may pull back a little bit here. You know, the whole market's looking like we may get a pullback. This would be so healthy, so we can consolidate right now, everyone. if we want really, really big rips and we don't want to just like go on these massive tears that just, you don't want to do what XRP just did. Personally, you really don't want that. That's not what you want to see. You want to see slow incremental growth with nice, like ETH's been doing pretty nice with it. But it does tell me ETH could come down and revisit 27, 2,900. It may be a sharper uptrend, and we would really hope for that. Something like this, even sharper, right? The sharper image. Remember that store? I used to go in that store. Is it still around? I used to go in that store all the time. I love that store. The sharper image. Play with all those new techie stuff that I couldn't buy. Now I can buy all that stuff and I forget about it all the time. Funny, right? Can we come back down here to the bottom of the trend line? So, and then make a cup and handle. ETH looks like it's going to pull back a little bit. And it's weird, right? Strange. I didn't think I was going to come here and become a bear today. You know, that's not what I thought I was going to do. But honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do because I just go on what the TA tells me. If you look here, I mean, that's a pull. So it's the rising wedge, right? But yeah, you see some nasty bearish div right there. And even right there and right there, you see some bearish divergence. So I see some bearish divergence on Ethereum. And almost did it tell me that most of the money went into XRP that was going to go into other coins? It flooded in there. XRP stole all the liquidity. Then they're going to kind of play games here. So here's your big deal for Ethereum. Honestly, it has to hold 3,500. It holds 3,500, then I can believe it's going to flag out or stay in this rising wedge and break out. And there's a chance I'm wrong here, everybody. I don't want to scare you. And we pump, and you know, we go all the way to 47 and the next 2 weeks, and everyone's like, yeah. But you know, you're a strong bearish div there, and the daily looks like it needs to pull back too as well. It would still be really bullish. Ethereum would just make this beautiful consolidation. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world here, everyone. But you know, what goes up must come down. Make a higher low. Low, high, higher, low. Get tight and then break on out. It does tell me we're looking for a $6,700 Ethereum. You know, somewhere, I don't know, June or July or something. Okay. So we're getting the pullback for Chainlink as I flash my bags unexpectedly. All right. Neon's a coin that people liked on the low. Once it gets above the 200 MA, it's going to rip. This is something we can play in the next few weeks. Right? And what I'll do is I just keep a radar. What I like to do is just do this. Just move a line like real close and right click it. And then in case it goes sideways and doesn't hit that line, because you never know, I just put a line like vertically here and then right click that and then hit alerts. Now I got alert on this line and alert on that line. So I'm going to get an alert no matter what. It's going to remind me of what's going to happen there. Chainlink even hitting a little bearish div now as well. So, and Bitcoin now below 96,000. Look, and now Bitcoin's in a head and shoulder pattern. See how the tables have turned here? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Right? And did I make a trade? I'm almost like, did I make the trade? I almost can't remember if I did or not. So much in my mind right now. I'm gonna have to sit down and take a breather after this. This is like a nuts. But look, there's the bear flag, and the bear flag is breaking to the downside. See that? And my measured move takes me to 95. And so I knew not to get in. So if we got above the 200 MA, we started getting tight, I would have traded that flag all day long. So I knew what I wanted to trade if it did what I wanted it to do, but it didn't do that, so I didn't trade it. Understand? That's why live trading, I can take you through as much as I can, but I got to teach you everything that I can teach you to really get you to the next level, right? And I can celebrate a massive win today. I took profits. I can celebrate a massive win. Sam, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for Black Friday deal. Finally part of the 99. Curious as to what your thoughts are on GALA. Thank you. And shout out to everyone here. We're going to go through it. Henrik, yo mama, so fat. Oh, that's horrible. Ben Grimson. Arthur, hey, can you explain how rising wedges pump to the upside? Everything I see online is bearish. Yes, Will, just honestly, you could just Google it. Go look at every pump you've ever seen in your life, and you'd find it. I'd have to spend a lot more time on that, Arthur, honestly. Rising wedges are a bearish pattern. 68% of the time, they're going to dump. But 32% of the time, they're going to make a break to the upside. And you'll see it, and just keep watching. You'll see it over time. All right. XRPH rips, still low market cap. And look at Bitcoin dumping out the bear flag to the downside, as suggested there. And a head and shoulder pattern too that we just saw, that I just drew there. And you're losing the 200 MA on the 5-minute time frame. And so I know. And then the 1 minute didn't get above the 200. See, the 1 minute didn't break the 200. You got to break the 200 to remain bullish for Bitcoin. Wow, what a day. Let's take a look at XRPH. Shout out to the super chats and everybody out here. Thank you for giving. You're going to get back so much for giving. I appreciate that. Shout out to the 1,000 likes here on the live. Let's get to 2,000 likes. Why can't 2,000 people hit that like button? We love you. We appreciate you. We want the best for you. Don't you want the best for me? Wow, XRP Healthcare. Everything that had anything to do with XRP just ripped. And this thing is tiny. You're right. Like, this would be a good way to just track XRP and make more money. And you instead of trading XRP, we could have traded this, right? And it would have made even more, right? I mean, 350%. I mean, I guess XRP, they both pump pretty nicely. But this does look like a pullback's coming to the 21-day moving average, and then it will pump again. Again, here, this is where you pull your fib. And you look for that 618 golden pocket off of the previous supporter's resistance retrace. That's what you're looking for. And thank you, Colin. Arthur, for these super chats. We appreciate you, Colin. Can you please look at AR or ICP? I like AR. I have a big call for it in the trading group. I'd like you to join the trading group to look at it. I don't want to give it out. But I'll look at ICP here, and we'll take a look at ICP. I haven't looked at ICP in a long time, so everything made this kind of rising wedge. Got a little extended. Now, can Bitcoin hold this? You know, wow, Bitcoin 95,790. It's been a false move Monday for sure. I mean, it's acting just like a regular Monday, and I thought because the bull run, no, but you know, you got to treat it just like a Monday. ICP is too high on the 2-day. Just look for it to make that flag. And then once it comes back down to the supported resistance, I would trade that puppy for more gains. But it looks like it's at a local top. And it has some heavy resistance after that beautiful move from 683 up to 1354. Check out NEWB. We took a look at NEWB. A ground floor project about to rip. It does look pretty interesting. Thank you. Made another 1K this morning. Thank you for your insight, Sammy. You literally have changed my life. I'm financially able to care for my mom now, too. Life is a little less stressful and very grateful. Amen. Amen. That's why we have to make the most of the best days. Don't fade NEWB. Next 10X plus solid community building. You probably made the coin, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope your coin does well. Not a 99er, but you gave me life revision. Help me identify to buy master on the yen carry trade. Dump on the daily chart. Thank you, Sammy. XRP daily. 1 week with love. XRP dominance 1 week. Thank you. God bless you, Dong G Dangler. We love you, Don. God bless you, brother. Shout out to Ada, wants to make Gator some walking around money. Let's take a look at Arthur and take a look at Cardano. Cardano, man. Hey, let me get some Cardano from your buddy, huh? He's got some to spare. Cardano at 117 and ripping. Looking bullish with a giant candle today. Wow, look at it, just like sitting, just like I'm gonna sit right there. So wow, we had like a pump come up. I mean, I was bullish on this move. Surprised it didn't get the follow through. I'd watch it. Watch the 2-hour time frame. It's a really good time frame to watch it. Let's watch Cardano on the 2-hour today. Let's give it till 6 o'clock. Again, if it loses 113, then we know it's like playing games. It's back in the pattern. And if it loses 109, we got trouble. But as long as it stays above the pattern, it's a breakout. Look for some type of a bullish retest at a very small time frame, 10, 7-minute, 5-minute. And then I see Cardano going to 174, you know, sooner than later. Look at Cardano on the 3-day. Now, why wouldn't you sell all your Cardano, Sam? Well, honestly, it's not as unsustainable as XRP. XRP is like here, man. Cardano goes on another couple of runs without doing some consolidation, then I would say yes, you know. But it's still okay. And if the daily's near the 21, we have a chance here. And it looks like it's parabolic. And I could be wrong. There is some bearish divvy here. And what if we get a bigger pullback in everything? And these are some sell points. And again, I'm not going to sell everything, but no one ever went broke taking profits, baby. All right. No one ever broke. Shout out to Don G. Gangler. Shout out to Joel Bronham. Joel Bronham asked, what are your thoughts on AEROBUD? It's a base meme coin that donates to shelters and helps pets get adopted. I honestly think if you held any type of, or if you used base at any time, you got this coin, because I looked at my wallet the other day and I had some AEROBUD, and I was wondering if it was the one, you know, the one or bad one or a good one, or so I'll show you here. I believe there was some AEROBUD in here on my base chain. Isn't that amazing how many chains we can have now on one plate? It's just nuts. The base mainnet. And it's amazing how they've changed everything. Like, I got paid network, right? I got based AI. I've got Brett, $7,000 to Brett. Normie just got exploited, but I believed in it at the beginning. Roost was supposed to be hot too, didn't do it. AEROBUD, see, I got $1. They didn't give me much, 30 AEROBUD, but there's some AEROBUD. Funny, there's a Sequoia here, but they changed the name. You want Sequoia with an O and an IA. Sequoia, that's the sentient on virtuals. Those are starting to get pretty big. That's the next kind of narrative. I found a new narrative last night, DeSci, decentralized science. Okay, what is DeSci? That's the new narrative. I'm telling you, you've heard it here first. One of the first ones. I'm one of the first people to tell you the new narrative here. You got DeFi, we got DeSci. It's a new narrative here in cryptocurrency. All right, not only am I showing you guys, you know, my workouts, my mindsets, but I also give you guys some cool, awesome insight every day and things that I'm looking at and what's happening. Really good insight here too. The stuff that I found last night. I mean, this meme coin launchpad, Graphfund Live, is now live on Ethereum. A meme coin launchpad on Ethereum. That may change the game. All right. What's your honest opinion on DEGEN, Sam? You Abe did to it correctly. I love DEGEN. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it for, I don't know, the next 6-7 months and find out what happens. Yeah. You're playing possum, you know more. I might know more, you never know. Let's take a look at XRP dominance. XRP dominance just ripping to the upside too as well. And again, unsustainable. Anything that does that is unsustainable. I've never seen anything rip that high on a daily time frame and keep sustainability. XRP did it one other time before. The furthest it ever made it away from the daily 200 MA. Yeah, it did one there, and then it did another huge rippage. So I guess it's done it before because it's like a banking coin or something. I don't know what they're doing with it. But XRP dominance is just at a very out of control level. 3-day chart too as well, just like the price. Say, but we're about to get a golden cross. That's okay, but you know, you're gonna have to get, yeah, you're just so far away. And again, everyone, I could be wrong here. You know, not the end all of end all. I'm just a guy that does what I gotta do, right, to survive. It defied the head and shoulder, got bought up pretty fast. That's usually not the case. Usually that would continue to dump. You got to 257. People felt like that was a pretty good price to get back in. You know, my heart tells me I should never have sold it, and then it's going to continue to rip. But my wife keeps her, still got XRP, and she'll hold her XRP, and she'll be the XRP breadwinner. She'll make fun of me now if it dumps, if it doesn't dump, you know. But even here on the 4 hour, back to the 21, back to the 21, back to the 21, somewhere at $2. I see a $2 XRP. I'm not going to say it again. That's it. Everybody, if you're just jumping on into the live stream, thank you for being here. If you just jumped in for the Google, we are a beautiful place. All right. I have a Discord that you can join. It's $99 a month, but it's even less expensive if you get in on the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale that we got going on right now. Why would you join the group? Well, it's an amazing place. Let me just show you some of the gains, because you came here for money. Like, let's get real. I gave Pyth. It never hit us, you know, it never went lower than the key areas, and it ripped to the upside for 58%. VRA was in a perfect flag. It broke out for 36%. I gave that. We talked about Ethereum out of this flag going all the way up to 3,700. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Levels nicely defined and cleanly shown. right? I gave AI fun. I got into this myself and made a 7X. Unbelievable. Velo pumped beautifully for 18%. Brett pumped beautifully for 19% just on this weekend. Rift, this is just this weekend. I gave this on the live stream. It's up 81%. XRP, SHIB, Aerodrone out of a flag. I give small calls in the small time frame scalps. I give long-term holds, big-term holds. Aerodrone for 43. Pendle, 80% C-pool. It doesn't stop. These are all from November 28th to November. These are the last like 6-7 days. I know you don't believe me. And then these Bitcoin calls we nailed. We've traded so much in the last few days. It's out of control. I show my P&L. I talk about it. I already did it earlier today. No games here. I live trade leverage. I swing trade all coins. We do what it is, man. Hey, what are you thinking about the rendered chart? And Bitcoin struggling, man. Bitcoin struggling. The head and shoulder dumped exactly like it was supposed to. Look at that. And then we lost the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, which told us that the dump was coming exactly like it was supposed to. So they false moved us today. For sure, false move Monday. Every single time, baby. And they took it later. They never take the false move till 12:30. This is a very strange move, for sure. And where's the bear flag that we drew? And there it is. And there's the target for the bear flag to 94.454. Why didn't I short it? I had a lot going on, man. You're telling me I got to do every single thing, every single 5 seconds. That's got to short. Come on. Every once in a while, I need a break too from my brain. But I could have shorted it. It looked nice. All right. But if you want to go get the gains, go to cryptolifer.com, everybody. Go to cryptolifer.com right here at the top to get those juicy gains and join the Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday today, right? Jump on in today and find financial freedom. Learn how to trade any market in the world. It'll take you time. It took me 4 to 5 years. I'm not saying get rich over quick. That's not my deal. Again, I did make 7X here. There's money around this market, but you got to be around the market, and it pays to have experience. You want to learn how these charts work. Like I said before, you don't want to be driving without going to driving school. Just come in and go to driving school. It's not that hard. All right. I know you want to say no. I know your first instinct is no, but you know what? I say yes. All right. Jump on in today. It'll change your life. Trust me, I've changed so many people's lives. Read the testimonials, see the gains, and if that's not enough to get you going, I don't know what will. Okay, moving forward, let's get into these super chats. LUMIA, Tara, ALEO, and JASMY. LUMIA. Never heard of it. Or maybe once or twice. Oh, and there it goes, huh? Brand new coin came out and halfway through November, and it's out of control. Let's take a look at what it is, what it does. LUMIA. I think we look at it one other time. Yeah, AI code can't seem to get above $1 million market cap, so I can't mess with it. LUMIA, 300,000 market cap. LUMI share? No, that's LUMI, sorry. LUMIA. There it is. Sorry, I don't know how we got LUMI there. Getting loony with the LUMI. Orion will migrate its mainnet and rebrand to LUMIA. Oh, so this is Orion. I know this coin. Will change their tokenomics. Please visit their official announcement. $149 million market cap for LUMIA. Older coin rebranding itself. 171. Brand new. Very small market cap. I don't know what to say, but it does look bullish. For whatever reason. It says it's going to pump. I don't like the candles. It looks like it's very hard to trade. I probably wouldn't touch it. Unless I bought it on a DEX and let it sit. You know what I mean? But there's potential there for sure. You do seem to have found a low cap gem, which may definitely 10x if this market kind of can settle itself. Bitcoin back to 95,003. Can you believe that? We were just at 97. Like, this is a nutty. And again, if I didn't protect myself as a day trader, I would have lost tons of money today. You have to constantly use a stop loss. Please do not leverage trade if you don't protect your money like I do. Please, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it all. And then you're going to have nothing to buy anything with. Like, I'd rather you never leverage trade and just DCA. You know what I mean? Shout out to 80,000 subscribers and counting, everyone. We hit 80,000 subscribers. That's a milestone for the channel. God bless everybody that helped me achieve such a beautiful achievement. 80,000 subscribers. I never thought I'd see the day, but we did it, baby. Now we just got to stay alive. Please check out NewNet. NXT USD. NXT USD, NewNet. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is, man. I can't seem to find it, brother. NewNet, he said. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It doesn't seem to come up. NewNet, NTX. You wrote NXT, my brother. So you threw me off, but I do that all the time, so I can't blame you. But you did write NXT, and it's NTX. But all right, I find NewNet. All right. And it's on right there on NewNet, NXT, USDT. Babe, I sold all my XRP. What do you think? What is she going to say? I want to see what she says. You know, look, you want to write NXT, right? See, I did the same thing. NewNet. Wow, you found something hot right now. So it's been flat for a while. What does it do? Right? $27 million market cap. I mean, it could definitely 10x, but what does it do? A global economy of decentralized computing. NewNet's role in DePIN. About NewNet is redefining cloud computing with a decentralized approach. Everyone says they're going to do this, but like, how can they? And they're going to like act it out, and it's just an easy technology space to act like you're going to do something and never do anything and just write all this mumbo jumbo and make it look like you're going to be able to be good at it, and no one knows really. And we can speculate on your coin, and then now it is making this like rising wedge. A lot of coins did this though. A lot of coins were doing this exact thing. Like this Cardano just did this. It's weird. So the alt market's kind of sitting like, what does it want to do? And it's nice if Bitcoin dumps, because that's giving away some Bitcoin dominance. I say NewNet pumps and goes to 7 cents and 7/10 of a cent. I think you found a gem here that continues to rip. Whether it's really going to do what it says or not, I don't know. But I think speculatively, I think you found a gem. I really did. But I don't know. I can't tell for sure. Remember, I sold all that TIA. You guys see me sell a lot. You guys see me actually make money. It's interesting, right? And I sold it all at $7.85, remember? And then I wondered if I should get back in, and they toyed with me and toyed with me and toyed with me. And you know why? I just kept looking at the daily, and the daily said, you're too far away from the 21, Sam. And it good, thank God I walked away, because it gets in your head and you keep thinking, I got to get back in. I got to get back in. I'm getting so good at selling and walking away. It's a habit that I'm getting better at. If you don't sell, you'll never create that habit. You won't even know how to do it. I'm getting so good at just saying, you know what? I'm taking my money, man, and I'm walking away. I might start a business with that 30 grand that will make me way more money than XRP ever did anything for me, you know? You don't know what's going to happen in your life. Let's take a look at the render chart. Shout out to Michael Antoni, or Antohi, right? Antohi, or Antoi. I don't know exactly how you say that. Antohi. Let's take a look at render chart. US mover 10,000 Bitcoins at Coinbase. Any info? USA just moved 10,000 Bitcoins at Coinbase. I don't know. That's interesting. Stay blessed, livers. Could you look at Fetch? FET. Yeah, so I see this coming back down to retest 670 and then making a bigger move to the upside. But that's where I would consider buying back in when the 21 touches, right? And you have a lot of previous support as resistance on TIA. You're looking really at that 668 level for TIA. Bitcoin at 95,260, struggling to hold. You know, soon it's going to lose 95,000. Let's take a look here at render. Wow, so it got nasty. So render got ripped to 9 and then it dumped down 2. All right. And a lot of these coins had huge pumps with some bigger pullbacks. And see, the 3 days away from the 21.2, but you just got that. Now I see render coming back somewhere to $6, $8, $7 area. I mean, it has a nasty bearish div there. You see that on the daily? So we ripped from November 5th all the way now. It's been a beautiful month, and everyone thinks it doesn't stop. And, you know, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll get a bounce here and go sideways. But either way, I see one of these happening. This is a good chance for retail. Retail finally knows more about it on Thanksgiving let's give them a chance to buy some prices that aren't the highest so they don't get dumped on immediately. So let's render come on down and let, 670, 681 would be a beautiful price to get into render. I'm just building a position in render long term. I believe it's going to do numbers. 95,100 for Bitcoin, struggling for BTC. And there it goes again, just falling, and you could see the head and shoulder. We could see it was going to happen. We called it out. Charts told us what was going to happen. Now we're going to find the divergence. Now we're back attempting to make the same bottom we did earlier today, which means we are at a bit of a double bottom possibly. I'll have to redo Bitcoin now because I'm on so long, but you guys will get that extra added Bitcoin update. But just if you're into the trading group, understand that I've been live a lot today, so you got to take that. Can you check BOBA, USDT? I like BOBA. AEROBUD, okay. Can you look at Pepe? Where do you think Solana will go? Ada, thank you, Lever. We did look at Cardano already. We talked about AEROBUD. I don't know if I looked at it. AEROBUD. Yeah, wasn't that the dog? Oh no, that was in the movie Beethoven, right? Oh yeah, yeah, he was a dog. Yeah, he was a football. Yeah. Wow, this thing ripped. You can see I was doing TAs. People asked me here what was going to happen, and I said pull a Fibonacci and wait for it to retrace. You see? And I said I would get in somewhere near the 786 right there, and it did say to buy it around a penny, and then it ripped all the way to 4 cents. That would have been a way to get a 4x there by understanding how to buy in. So someone asked me, you can see that's the last time I went over it on November 18th there. And AEROBUD did numbers, man. Wow. $42 million market cap. Honestly, looks very bullish to me right now. And I'll show you what I see happening for AEROBUD. I mean, it's in that ascending triangle. I know the rest of the market's not looking amazing. Maybe it dumps with that, but Bitcoin's getting a bounce, 95,200. Great prices to buy BTC yet again, right on the lows. And I'm just happy they're opening it up for the, so we can get those long-term trades later on. And we don't have to be too stressed about it. Very excited that the day went the way it did and I didn't have the trades open like I had them because, man, I'm just super excited. I have a positive P&L today with all the insanity that went on. Like, it's insane. I just can't believe what I pulled off. I'm going to need a break. Like, when I get out of this office, my wife looks at me and I'm like, you have no idea. I was like, I've been battling the market since 7 in the morning. It's now 2 o'clock. I've already had a 7-hour day. You know what I mean? And I'm not even done yet. We're going to still stay in the group. We're going to be posting. I'm going to be active all day long. AEROBUD looks like it's going to continue, man. I think you found something good. And you say it does good things for shelters and people. Makes me want to buy it and just hold on to it, right? And that's what people were doing. AEROBUD on base. And Ethereum coins are starting to bump. And that's why you want to look at that grand fund. This is a new launch pad, right? Grand.fun, I thought it was called. I had it here I gotta find it here. But anyway, we'll go over it together in the trading group. That's inside information, really. So NewNet, we found some new coins too today that you've never heard about. I did too. Where do you think Solana will go? I think Solana will go to $1,000 a coin. All right. Can you take a look at AEROBUD? We did. And I think we got most of the super chats done. BEETS on Phantom. BEETS is Beethoven, remember? And that was the exchange back in the day. That exchange ended up going to zero and like turning into nothing. Some people think it's going to come back. I think it was mentioned by Sheldon the Sniper. I recently hit stuff on his... that kid's fun. I love Sheldon, man. But I'm listening to him today. I didn't listen to him long. And he's like, I made no money from all the way up when Bitcoin went up to 40,000. I'm like, ha. It's like, that was the best time to get into Bitcoin. Let's look at Bit. He's awesome, man. He's a smart dude. He protects himself. Every time I see him, he's super positive. He went through so much in his life too, man. Like, I broke down in tears. Let's take a look at BEETS. It should be on Phantom. There it is. Beethoven token. But there's the wrong one. You got to get the right one. There it is there. BEETS. $6 million. Yeah, there it is. It's got a tiny market cap. Think about it. It is a good exchange. It's an exchange. Hold on, because this may... Hold on. I think this is a meme coin. Hold on, let's double check, because there's the real coin and then there's the actual... So, here, hold on. I don't know, because there was... I remember this back in the day, too, though. This has been around a long time. Like, it didn't just come out. I used to use this back in the day. What? What time? Okay. I got parent-teacher conferences today. I'm a real person that does real stuff. She's chatty. She chats like her daddy, who doesn't stop talking all day. She's got to listen better. Yeah, Beats 5. Welcome to the future of DeFi reimagined, your next generation. So they redid it, but I used to use this back in the day, man. All right. Because I was a big Phantom guy, if you remember. And I love staking Phantom, using Phantom. This could continue. As Phantom grows, Beats will grow with Phantom. Very likely. I mean, and we traded this back in the day. We made the same idea. See, he just knows the same stuff that we know, you know. And you definitely want to grab that contract address. But look at that thing. The thing's been exploding since Phantom's been exploding. And it's got a very small market cap. So, you know, Phantom does a 10x. I mean, this thing could do maybe 100x. $100 million is very simple for a market cap that small. So, thank you for the super chat. I think you're onto something there. God bless you, brother. Shout out to Master Kings. Can you tell us how computer monitors do you have? We went over that. Joined your group 4 days ago. And I think I went over everything. Thoughts on AOIZ? I love AOIZ. And I think MOG is a great coin too. And you're just asking me my thoughts. I don't know if you want me to actually go over it. So what are your thoughts on H-bar here? Thank you. H-bar is a little extended. We still love you, bro. XRP to $10 by 2025. Yeah, flip to Coinbase. Advance the fees or half. But honestly, if XRP goes to $10 by 2025, then the 36 grand I had is going to 5x to 150,000. I'm not going to be rude, but that's not going to change my life with all the other investments that I have. And it would be awesome. I'm not going to say it's, you know, I shouldn't say that, because I'm grateful for the universe for every single win that I've ever gotten. And then I'm willing to receive for the next one too. Sorry, I just came on the show. Going to sign up today. No lie. Should I get out of my Phantom in the TAI trades? I don't tell people what to do, man. Yeah, you got to figure that out for yourself. I love you, and I know you say you want to join the group and all that, and I want to be here for you, but I'm not a financial advisor. I'm never going to tell you when to buy or sell anything. That's just not the case. Okay. Should you? I mean, I don't know when you got in. I don't know how big you are. I don't know how much your position is in. Phantom, I mean, the whole market's looking pretty red, but that can just create a buy opportunity too as well. And if you're going to get in and out of something, you're going to want to look at the bigger time frame. And look, I mean, you had a huge run right now, and the daily got away from the 21-day moving average. Every time the daily gets away, we're going to have to either go sideways, you know, and maybe this just wicks and we make a little bit of a flag here. Maybe we dump fast and come back inside. I can't tell you, but it does tell me if I was high leverage, I definitely would be out. If I was in a swing trade, it would depend, you know, and it depends on how much money I had in, how long I was in, and all that awesome stuff. All right. This is a traditional cup and handle by the regular sense. It breaks out. That should rip to the upside. Phantom's in a really good spot right now, and it did a really good run, and Andre Condre and all that comes back to the 21, but I still see a good buy zone here for Phantom right there at that 86.95. If we get a wick below $1, yeah. Someone asked about big time here. Let's take a look at big time. USDT, Bitcoin at 95,300, holding 95,000 well, but it did break down from the bear flag to the downside. Big time just got above the daily 200 MA. We know that's a very bullish sign. We make tons of money doing this in the trading group, just buying things when they get above there. Wait for this to bounce. If it falls down and struggles and whatever, fine. Maybe it makes a flag like this. I don't know exactly what's going to do, but if it pumps and gets sideways, man, I'll trade the thing. So don't get down on yourself today because Bitcoin's down a little bit and there's a little bit of a dumpage. Because everyone gets so used to the euphoria, they can't handle one red day, man. Come on. Red days are opportunities. They're where you make the most amount of money. You got to keep red days as the idea that that's where you make the most money. The red days for Bitcoin were how we got the cheapest prices. If we didn't have red days, we wouldn't be as rich as we are today. Fear and greed index at 80. Pretty good that it reset too. For a bull market, that's a good reset. We didn't want to be too high. We were too stressed and too pressed for too long. All right. Someone asked about big time. I see big time. I want to see it make the bounce. Then I get in. It could fall further down. I'm bullish on it overall. Cup and handle, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Looks like some of the best prices to DCA into big time. If you believe in the coin, I believe that's a really, really good time. You're buying undervalue. You're not, you're buying discount. You're not buying premium. BOBA. I like BOBA. I like BOBA. I like BOBO. Again, I like anything that's flagging above the 200 MA. So you're picking up what I'm putting down, hopefully, and you guys are starting to see it. These are where the gains are made. Like, you could blindly buy this and hold it. I feel like I could blindly buy this and hold it for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and there's just no way I won't make the gains. Again, will I buy BOBA? Maybe. I don't know. Right now, I don't think so. I don't have allocation. I haven't thought about it. And it's somewhat sideways, but it does tell me that eventually this daily will break out. And you're going to get a golden cross, maybe 5 or 6 more sideways days for BOBA before it rips. And DEGEN getting a nasty red candle there too. Everything in base kind of struggling. And the only thing about DEGEN is it's been dumping down nicely back into this gold. Now if DEGEN dumps, it dumps. I put what I was willing to lose in DEGEN. We'll see where it goes. It would have to break that 4-hour 200 MA for me to get really stressed about it. So far, it's bouncing off it. These are really good prices possibly for DEGEN. And I like DEGEN. I've been in it. So I hold DEGEN. Just, I like to be open about what I do hold here. If I go over a coin and I hold it, I'll let you know. Hedge on MEXC. So remember we said it would go to 0.5. I think it did. Now it's kind of making a giant double top. That would break to the downside 68% of the time. So you would have to say that's going to dump. No other really way to look at it. And it's really far away from the daily 200 MA. I would pull the Fibonacci here, though, and it is in the 618, but I'd pull the whole fib there because I look for it to come and revisit this 2-cent area. I don't know what it is, but it ripped up a little too fast, for my opinion. And again, take some profits, everybody. People that don't take profits out of this market look back and like, what did I do? And I'm learning that this market is fast and furious, and there's got to be profit taking. With that being said, everyone, I got through basically 99.9% of the super chats. There may be 1 or 2 missing in the cracks there, but for the most part, we nailed it. May God bless each and every one of you. I thank you so much for being here. Let me refresh this page. It was starting to act a little funny. I don't know, memory or something. But may God bless you all. Thank you for jumping on in. Tara, ALEO, JASMY, Phil, H-Bar, Bongo the Cat, Injective, Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, it's too much, everyone. It's too much. I don't think you can hit. Why did Jim Cramer just talk about XRP and say it can't hit an area, right? Yeah, exactly. Second he mentioned something, it's over. Are people selling Bitcoin for XRP? But let's look for this 3-hour candle to close red, 4-hour candle to close red, tweezer top. That was a monster move. I think a bunch of retail heard about it and it got flushed, right? Oh. Bitcoin took it down too, which helped the market with my sell. Sorry, but oof. And I sold XRP on the live today. Should I have? Let's just take a poll here. It was like a 6.3x or something. Good idea, yes or no? I sold XRP for 6.3x live on the show. Live today. Easiest, the less words, the better, right? Good DIE. Good idea. Yes or no? Start the poll. I want to see My answer depends on the time frame and when you want to buy back. Yeah. Why do the who's doing the pumping and the dumping? I want to find out. All right, it's crazy what they're doing today. It's crazy. And honestly, we lose this key level now, we're gonna lose the bigger channel yet again. Let's take a look at what this looks like on the bigger time frame. I can't believe there's that many more super chats still. Like that's crazy. I got people giving me $1 super chat. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's not like it's $700 in super chats, and it looks like it at the amount of super chats we're getting. $200 in super chats, and what are there? What are these? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, at $4 a pop. I mean, wow. Anyway, I'm not complaining. It's a lot. So Tower ripped. We knew Tower was going to be a hot coin in AI. AI went hot, man. But look, you're away from the 21 now. And this is a bull run. We have some time. So now you're going to come back to the 618 Fibonacci. I could be wrong. Like, I'm not saying these. Like, I just throw these up there to kind of give you placeholders. Like, there's no guarantees of what's exactly going to happen here. But Tower's going to pull back. Every coin is going to pull back here. It's very likely, or go sideways. In my humble opinion. And I could be wrong, but that's what I see happening in the markets. ALEO. Something's reminding me that ALEO, it was going to pump or something, or it looked interesting. Oh yeah, so look. So I looked at ALEO and I said, you're looking for setups like these. You want to see when price gets above the 200 MA. And you want, if the daily looks like this, you want it all day long. So you get above, when the daily gets above this, start to consolidate, and then you get the golden cross coming, you're going to get a huge pump. Very, very, Now, ALEO got above a key area, and you make, okay, but it's beat to the ground, right? It's been a long time since it kind of started to rip again. You look at your daily, the daily's like almost probably not, you can't even use it. I look at the 4 hour the most here, and I'd set up my support of resistance. And then I'd be looking kind of something like this too. And it looks like it's going to pump soon. Market's doing its thing, but let the market settle off. Let Bitcoin settle off. All coins don't get sold as much because there's not as many people in them. And then it will kind of find its realm, right? Let's take a look at JASMY Filecoin. Okay, JASMY's hot, but it's like everything else. Everything is taking this beat down. If Bitcoin keeps dumping, they're all going to dump, but they seem to be holding nicely, and they want to go crazy. Because Bitcoin dominance let go after this and then just get one more big rip. Or do we take a dump? And honestly, like, I can't tell you what's going to happen. I'm in JASMY long term, and I believe it's going to rip. And I'm still in it. I wouldn't be surprised if we wicked, got back inside, and still pumped. I still pump for a lot of these coins. And, I'm holding off that JASMY's going to rip. There's some bearish div. It's getting oversold. Chainlink looks like a lot of coins look exactly the same right now. Are they going to be able to make it through this Bitcoin dump? Is Bitcoin going to pull us further down? I'm seeing 94,900 now kind of flashing on the screen. Bitcoin's now about to lose 95,000. Not the best sign here for BTC. All right. Bitcoin's about to drop. These are going to drop. That just is what it is. And they're going to reset the key areas. All right. This is not your day to start swing trading unless we see things settle off. Filecoin, oldie but goodie. We said Filecoin was going to rip to 770. It did that. It's now flagging out. This thing didn't pump with the rest of the market. Look for it to go sideways and continue. I see Filecoin ripping for more, and I see it headed to 924. It's lagging. It barely pumps, so it doesn't have that same, it has to pull back now. It's already pulling back. Everything's doing its thing, but look for it to go sideways, catch back up. And I see Filecoin headed from this 694 level, and we gave you that Filecoin trade right there. Beautiful move to the upside for Filecoin. 40% gains from the flag that I positioned you or talked about it to the upside. I see it continuing to 920 now. Filecoin. It will take its time, 6 to 12 hours or something of sideways price action, and then it could do some damage. Let's take a look here at H-bar. Bongo the Cat. I want to see Bongo the Cat. We keep looking at it. Did it continue to pump here, or did it pull back? Let's look at Bongo the cat. Something about Bongo told me it could do numbers when I first saw it. Token Metrics liked it too. And then a guy on the channel kept sending it to us. So like, I kept getting sent Bongo many times. So I thought it would break out of the rising wedge. It did, but then it scooped down for the low. However, it rounded its bottom off the 200. If we pull our fib, we can see that it did the responsible move off of the 618. Look at that. Right between the 618 and the 706. It double bottomed. And now it's kind of reversing its way back up. It's got to the $80 million market cap. It's been around long enough to kind of survive. And now you're starting to see if it can hold. Looks like Bongo may never go lower than 5 cents here. And again, it's in that rising wedge like the whole market is in. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, everything's waiting on some type of like move here. Wow, Bitcoin took a beat down right now. Let's take a look at BTC. It just took a massive dump to the downside. All right. For a day trade, I mean, it took a pretty nasty dump. All right. Look, the bigger time frames say that Bitcoin could pull back. All right. This could be an M pattern that wants to dump on you. I don't know why everyone's so obviously, you know, and I kept saying you're the 3 days away from the 21-day moving average. I kept saying we got to see how this candle closes. Now, this could rip back up. We've been seeing a lot of volatility. You can't get too emotional, but I mean, look how far you are away from that 21. The 21. Every time you gap from the 21, wow, look at that too. See how the 10-hour just lost the 200, the 21, and the 21 starting to curve? Interesting. Now we're getting the curve signature there. And did we lose the 1 hour 200 again? We did, see? I'm bullish above it. I'm bearish below it. And so here we are now. Let's see what's happening to Bitcoin. Definitely a trend line that you lost, period. Definitely a chance we could win big. All right. And again, I open up those big longs and I call them out. But if you don't watch my channel every day and you stay inside the long, even though when I call short and tell you we're going to break down, you can't be like, well, I took the trade. It's like I'm live every single day redirecting what I said before. If something changes, you got to see it, you know. It's another beautiful thing about going live. You guys know when I change it up and I see something different. I mean, it's attending to double bottom. Bitcoin just took a nasty dump, like right now. Babe, I sold all my XRP. I sold the top. You should have. You waited. It's too late. You want to sell it? I did. I thought you watched the live.
I have 3 kids.
I was yelling and screaming, and people were like yelling at me. What did I sell to? What price did I sell? You're probably gonna make more money than me, and it will keep going, and you'll make fun of me, and you'll say, "Ha, you never should have sold," right?
Yes.
And it'll make you feel good. Yeah. But I did sell 275, and it's at 265, 287.
Wow.
And I felt that's unsustainable.
You gotta go because they have meeting after meeting, so we can't play games.
Okay. I sold XRP at 283. I know, right? Let's take a look at Injective. I love Injective. It broke out of that flag. Let's take a look at it in the bigger time frames, though. All right. I hold Injective. I've always believed in the Atom ecosystem, and I've always believed in Injective. What I see for Injective is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It broke. It's you know, it's doing great things. So it made the rounded bottom. All right, beautiful rounded bottom. It found its beautiful support. Time to buy was 15. That was probably definitely your low, right? And you can see we're at resistance, which was the previous resistance right there at 31. Love seeing Injective back up at these prices. So, what do I see now? I just see consolidation. Now, a lot of people stake Injective, so it doesn't get sold off as much when it starts to get interest. So you don't see Injective getting the quick, nasty dump like everything. I'd rather see Injective either. It's going to do one or two things. It could pull down. It's going to go sideways, and I don't see it taking too long. And then Injective's going to rip again. And I see Injective making a move and then getting to its all-time high pretty fast compared to most coins. The Atom ecosystem is picking up and it's in heavy steam. I could see some massive gains coming. So get excited, get ready, because Injective's about to do some damage. Getting that golden cross, just getting started here. Slight pullback coming. Injective ready to rock. I like what I'm seeing. My next stop for Injective is 48. That's going to be the next move. That's your measured move to your next resistance. You may see a little problem at 44. Then it will pull back, and then I see an even bigger move for that, honestly. My high for injective of the market, because then it's going to flag and then probably then do a bigger run. And yeah, I see injective headed to $80, man. 77, 80 bucks. Like, that's definitely doable for injective. And we were getting an injective at $1 when I first talked about it. That's an 80x, man. Right? There's big money here in crypto if you play your cards right. Bitcoin Cash looked interesting to me compared to the rest of the market. Again, not many people know about it anymore and really play it. Every single coin is in this rising wedge. If somehow we can hold it off, they're all gonna rip. Looks like they are so far. Looks like they're holding. I believe we get a bounce here for Bitcoin. Good prices for BTC and no stress, you know. But we will see. 95,070 for BTC. I gotta go run and talk to my daughter's teacher. I can't be late. I love each and every one of you. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. Have no stress. I'll be giving you guys updates of the trading group throughout the day. We made great gains today. As you can see, I pulled off an amazing win. I showed you my P&L. It was awesome. I sold XRP probably at a local top, and we'll go from there. May God bless everyone that you brought to this channel. God, thank you for all the beautiful people you gave to the channel today that came here and had an awesome time. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. And thank you for making this one of the greatest crypto channels in all of cryptocurrency. Dear Lord, thank you for everything. And thank you, each and every one of you, for sharing your most precious asset, which is your time. May God bless each and every one of you. And may the gains be with you. I'll see you tomorrow. Crypto is life. God bless.